Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
From Spillane Field in Wareham, Massachusetts, you're listening to Cape Cod League Baseball on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network. Tonight's matchup features the 10-12 Hyannis Harbor Hawks hitting the road to face the 5-16 Wareham Gatemen. Alongside Charlie Adams, my name is Quincy Bell. We will have you covered from wire to wire throughout tonight's action. Charlie, Hyannis got a great win yesterday, a hard-fought 4-3 battle against the Harwich Mariners on the road.
It was a great win, and as you said, hard fought. When I talked to Coach Mitch Carricker after the game, he mentioned how Wareham's going to be hungry coming into this West-on-West matchup. They're really fighting for their lives, and we're in the back half of the Cape League season. They're 5-16, last in the West, and they have a lot to play for here tonight.
Well, before the game, our very own Max Schwartzberg caught up with manager Mitch Carricker.
Max Schwartzberg joined pregame by skipper Mitch Carricker ahead of tonight's action against Harwich. Coach, you're playing a Mariners team that has taken the first two meetings against Hyannis, and they've been really strong in what has been an electric Eastern Division, but specifically about Harwich, what do you think makes them so good, and what do you guys want to approach tonight?
Yeah, I mean, they do a really good job on both sides of the ball. They've pitched really well against us. Offensively, they can really run, and they've kind of exposed that on us a little bit, so we need to do a good job with the running game when we get them on base. Offensively, we got to put something together. I mean, I think we've been looking for a spark a little bit the last few games, and hopefully tonight we can bust loose a little bit.
Speaking on the offense, only 2 runs combined in the last 2 games, but Harwich, a team that had a really strong start to the season on the pitching side, but they've struggled as of late. Is there any specific type of approach you want to see the guys take at the plate?
Yeah, I mean, I think for us, we've really struggled on fastballs, and just being on time to a fastball is going to be really important. We've preached that the last couple of days, and the guys are working hard to kind of remedy that, and hopefully that shows up tonight, and if we can do that, I think we got a little bit better chance.
And lastly, you got Raymond Olivas getting his first start on the Cape. He's been really strong, especially in his last 2 times out. What do you think's made him so dominant, and how do you want him to continue that success tonight?
Yeah, I mean, he's throwing a lot of strikes, which is, what we talk about all the time. And for him, he can throw 3 or 4 pitches for strikes, which makes him really dangerous, against the opposing hitters. And, we need him to do that again tonight and give ourselves a chance to get a W.
Thanks, Coach, and good luck. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Max. Well, the All-Star rosters were released today. Brady St. Pierre, Cohen Gomez, and Charlie Bates will be representing the West Division. One guy that's not on the roster, although he's top 10 in the Cape Cod League and OPS, Jordan Lodise, he had a great performance yesterday, and our very own sideline reporter Ethan Wax caught up with him pregame.
Sam Guarini with Matt Einish, a shortstop out of West Virginia. You were one of 3 players last night to get a hit off. What were you seeing so well at the plate that led to your success?
Yeah, I was just sticking to what I know, sticking to my routine pregame, and going up there empty-minded and seeing the ball hit the ball.
And after a game like last night, what mindset are you guys coming in for tonight's game?
Yeah, we're definitely hungry as a team to get back in the win column, and yeah, just go out there empty-minded and go play ball.
And what do you think the team needs to build upon tonight to go in and get offensive momentum going?
Yeah, from first pitch, you just need to be locked in and stay locked in until the last pitch of the game, and if we do that, we should have some good results.
Well, thank you so much and good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
I think, Dean, they're allowing you to find your own success and your own true independence.
Dean is a whole group of all different kinds of people and communities.
Since I've come to Dean, I've learned a lot of time management skills.
Our community is especially tight-knit, and the majority of our students live on campus. And you are guaranteed 4 years of housing while you attend Dean.
Dean is just full of opportunities for you to embrace, to welcome, so you can change yourself to who you want to be and form your career for the future.
So go through that, all right? Think that way.
Be a bulldog. Have a bulldog mentality in everything you do in life, whether you're playing sports or in the classroom or just socializing around campus.
I think, Dean, they're allowing you to find your own success and your own true independence.
Dean is a whole group of all different kinds of people and communities.
Since I've come to Dean, I've learned a lot of time management skills.
Our community is especially tight-knit, and the majority of our students live on campus. And you are guaranteed 4 years of housing while you attend Dean.
Dean is just full of opportunities for you to embrace, to welcome, so you can change yourself to who you want to be and form your career for the future.
So go through that, all right? Think that way.
Be a bulldog. Have a bulldog mentality in everything you do in life, whether you're playing sports or in the classroom or just socializing around campus.
First pitch just moments away here from Spillane Field. We'll take a look at the Hyannis Harbor Hawks batting lineup. Matt Einish will lead off and play third base. Jax Jimenez will bat second and play left field. Caden Miller will hit third and DH. Jordan Lodis will hit fourth and play shortstop. Andrew Lamb will hit fifth and play first base. Will Fosberg will hit sixth and play catcher. Henry Zener will hit seventh and play right field. Taylor Kirk will hit eighth and play second base. And Liam Barrett will round out the lineup and play center field today. Six lefties, a switch hitter, and 2 righties in the lineup today for Hyannis against the right-handed starter for Wareham, Wade Walton. The 6'5", 220-pound right-handed junior hails from Lithia, Florida. He plays his collegiate ball at High Point, and he has a 6-pitch mix. He throws a fastball, changeup, slider, sinker, curveball, and cutter.
Big pitch mix. The Harbor Hawks faced Wade Walton on the second game of the season back on June 14th. Went 3 innings, giving up all 5 runs that the Harbor Hawks scored in their first win of the season. 6 hits from the Hyannis Harbor Hawks, only 3 earned runs. Hyannis was able to take advantage of some errors in that one.
The only time these Harbor Hawks played at Spillane Field was game number 2 of the season. They scored all 5 of their runs in the first inning, and that was all the action the game had to offer. The game ended 5-0 in favor of Hyannis. Here's a look at the Wareham defense. It's R.J. Hamilton in left, Dylan Dubovic in center, Foster Apple in right. Along the infield from third to first, it's Cade Alam at third, Henry DiGiorgio at shortstop, Noah Sheffield at second base, Tony Lira at first, and Levi Clark will do the catching today for Wade Walton.
Seen these early inning Harbor Hawks recently this season, and this was kind of the start of it over at Spillane Field with that 5-run first inning.
The Harbor Hawks have won 6 of their last 9 games, as Wareham has just taken the field. Wade Walton will take his first couple of warm-up pitches as he's currently getting checked for substances by third base umpire Connor Tierney. He'll be accompanied by Joe Gravina at first base, and Jake Brickta will be the home plate umpire today. The standings in the West Division are very tight. The Bourne Braves are in first place with 23 points. The Cotuit Kettleers are in fourth place with 18 points. So 5 points separate the top 4 teams in this division. Wareham has a little bit of work to do at 5-16, a decent ways behind Cotuit currently for that last playoff spot.
It's a tough spot to be, especially after yesterday. They were up 3-0 on a West Division opponent taking on Falmouth. That game couldn't get through enough innings before it was rained out. They were leading 3-0 and game called. They'll make it up fully later on.
It was 3-0 Wareham in the third inning before Falmouth got hit with quite the thunderstorm. It stayed away from the rest of the Cape, so nobody else's games got delayed or pushed back. So for Wareham's sake, they're hoping they can fully finish off that win.
Shouldn't have to worry about rain tonight or for a while. My Apple Watch says rain in 8 days here in Wareham. It's a beautiful day here.
Sunny skies, 75-degree temperatures, not a cloud in the sky here in Wareham, Massachusetts. It'll be a little bit on the warmer side while the sun is still up, but as the sun sets and fully goes down, it'll be a nice, cool, probably high 60-degree temperatures tonight. Truly a beautiful day for baseball on Cape Cod. Walton, the High Point Panther, continues to take his warm-up pitches out there, and that was his last one. The throw down by Levi Clark will now send Matt Einish up to the plate to lead things off for the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. The West Virginia Mountaineer has had a hot start to his tenure on the Cape. 10 hits in his first 8 games played.
That leadoff spot. There's been a lot of Harbor Hawks to try to get the offense going. Einish is one of probably the better pure hitters we have.
First pitch from Wade Walton. Fastball right down the middle for strike 1. Walton working quickly out there. He nods, has his sign back into the windup 1-0. Einish swings and misses. He's late on that pitch, low in the zone, and the West Virginia Mountaineer quickly behind 0-2. Here's Walton again. Fouled away along the third base side. And Einish will stay alive on 0-2. Walton comes again with an 0-2. Overhand breaking ball. Einish a little bit late on it as it came back over the plate, and he spoils it out of play again down that third base side.
Yesterday against Harwich, the Harbor Hawks were swinging early in at-bats, not working the pitch count too much. Here's a good fight to lead off the game.
Einish still battling. Here's another 0-2. Fastball just beneath the knees for ball 1. Walton shakes off his catcher, Levi Clark. Now he nods back into the motion. Einish fouls away another fastball down the third base side.
All foul balls going down the third base side so far.
Einish is seeing the ball deep into the zone, just hasn't been able to put one in fair territory. 1-2 upcoming. Chopped on the ground down the first base side. This one foul. So that's the first time we've seen him pull a pitch in this at-bat.
80-mile-per-hour pitch, just staying alive with 2 strikes.
Still 1-2, and the battle continues between Wade Walton and Matt Einish. Pitch number 8 coming up. Fouled straight back. And Einish refuses to go down on strikes.
Setting the tone here.
5 foul balls in this at-bat so far, and the count still remains at 1-2. Working Walton's pitch count early. Can he put him away? 1-2 again. Misses down and in with the slider. And now it's 2-2.
Those are the takes you like to see when it starts to get kind of swing mode in a 1-2 count. Still working, still recognizing.
2-2 from Walton. Fastball grounded down the first base side, gloved by Tony Lira as he drops to a knee, and he wins the race to the bag against Matt Hyannis for the first out of the game.
And every hitter behind Hyannis just got a good idea of Wade Walton's stuff today. Took 10 pitches to retire Matt Hyannis.
That'll bring Jax Jimenez up to the plate. The switch hitter will take his cuts from the left-handed side with the right-handed pitching Wade Walton. Here's the first pitch. Jimenez shows a bunt, pulls it back, but it's called strike one. Probably just looking to change what Wade Walton's seeing out there. We haven't seen Jimenez really seriously square down for a bunt this year. 0-1 coming. Fastball just beneath the knees for ball one.
Some small ball from the Harbor Hawks yesterday, and Jimenez has picked up the stolen bases. 2 games back-to-back now with 2 stolen bags.
1-1 on Jax Jimenez, and here's Wade Walton. He takes in the dirt, and the Oregon Duck finds himself ahead in the count 2-1. Even if Hyannis doesn't score a run this inning, they've made Walton throw quite a few pitches here. Here's pitch 15 of the first inning. Misses in the dirt again with the fastball, and it's 3-1 on Jax Jimenez. Walton still working pretty quickly. He nods, trying to battle back. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Fastball at the knees. This one called a strike, and the count runs full. Nobody on, 1 out, top half of the first inning between Hyannis and Wareham. Walton looking for the K. Jimenez looking to stay alive. 3-2 pitch, fouled away. Straight back off the mitt of Levi Clark, but he couldn't quite put a glove on it behind the plate.
We have 2 recognizable schools between Jax Jimenez Oregon colors and Levi Clark.
The catcher in Tennessee Volunteer orange, all of his catcher's gear. And the battle continues. Full count again. Walton shakes off his catcher. Now he nods. Back into the windup. Payoff coming. Jimenez swings and powers one deep out toward right center field. Dylan Dubovic, the center fielder, glides over to his left to make the catch for out number 2.
Harbor Hawks struck out twice in the top of the first yesterday versus Harwich, and strikeouts have sort of been piling up recently. 2 balls in play here starting off this inning.
Caden Miller will look to extend this inning for the Harbor Hawks. And Walton already off to a better start here against Hyannis than the last time he faced them. First pitch to Miller. He's taking all the way, and the slider misses just inside for ball 1.
Caden Miller's been finding ways on base. On base streak building up here, whether it's the hits or hit by pitches.
1-0 from Walton. Miller takes a fastball at the belt, strike 1. Caden Miller has reached safely in his last 7 games played. The longest on-base streak from a Harbor Hawk this year was Charlie Bates, who had a 10-game on-base streak to start his summer. 1-1 coming. Miller takes the breaking ball down and in, and he's ahead in the count 2-1. "20 pitches already for Wade Walton out there on the mound. Here's the 2-1 to Caden Miller. He swings and grounds it over to first, just foul down the right field line. Caden Miller was about a foot away from a double into the corner.
With how this inning has gone, the Harbor Hawks hoping to have shaved at least an inning off of this start from Wade Walton. We're getting deeper in the year where starters can go deeper into games.
2-2. Walton looking for the 1-2-3 inning. Here's the pitch. Called strike 3 at the knees. Caden Miller frozen on the slider, down and in. 1, 2, 3 for Wareham in the top half of the first. We head to the bottom half here on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
You can make any bat feel lighter by adding a velo puck knob. Instead of having to go get a whole entirely new bat, you can simply add the puck to it. Players can use this with any bat. It's basically going to shift the weight of the bat a little bit more towards the hands. Players are able to hit the ball a lot harder just by simply adding the puck on.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Bottom half of the first inning set to start here from Spillane Field in Wareham, Massachusetts. On the mound for the Hyannis Harbor Hawks will be Ryan Bosch, making his third start of the Cape League summer. Charlie, he started out as a reliever for 3 appearances. And then Coach Mitch Carricker gave him the start at Chatham, and he's been a very serviceable starter ever since giving the opportunity.
Just unventured territory for Ryan Bosch collegiately over at Wake Forest. Didn't pitch too much. 20.1 innings pitched his freshman season across 22 appearances, no starts. He's panning out as a pretty good starter so far. 3 innings his last time out on July 4th, a Harbor Hawks win over Yarmouth Dennis. Just 1 hit and 1 run. 4 walks and 3 strikeouts. The walks numbers were up compared to his first start of his collegiate career over at Chatham, which nearly brought home a Harbor Hawks win before the fog came into play.
As a starter, Ryan Bosch has surrendered 2 earned runs across 7 innings of work. And he'll look to keep up that hot stretch on the mound against a Wareham lineup that looks like this. R.J. Hamilton will lead off and play left field. Levi Clark will bat second and catch. Cohen Nikolai will hit third and be the DH today. Dylan Dubovic will clean up and play center field. Foster Apple will hit fifth and play right. Cade Alam will bat sixth and play third base. Tony Lira will hit seventh and play first base. Noah Sheffield hits eighth and plays second base. And Henry DiGiorgio will round things out in the 9th spot. He'll be your shortstop today. Hamilton just about ready to step into the box to lead things off for Wareham in the bottom half of the first inning. Still no score between the Gatemen and Harbor Hawks. Bosch takes a deep breath, the big 6'9" lefty into his motion for the first pitch. Fastball just a bit outside for ball 1.
It goes without saying at 6'8", Ryan Bosch is releasing that ball way down the mound compared to many pitchers that batters usually face, especially from the left side, even more of a challenge.
There's the 1-0. Hamilton swings through the fastball, and he's even in the count at 1-1.
Hamilton was well late on that at 88 miles per hour, according to the scoreboard here at Spillane Field.
Bosch looks in and now continues the deal. 1-1 pitch. Lined in the air out toward left field. Ranging over is Jax Jimenez, but he can't quite get there. It drops in front of him for a leadoff single.
Well struck single for Hamilton, and after it was a big inning for Hyannis the last time at Spillane Field, leadoff batter reaching here for Wareham.
Levi Clark, the Tennessee Volunteer, hits second for Wareham. He'll hit with a runner on first base and nobody out in the bottom half of inning number 1. Bosch looking to work around an early base runner. First pitch to Levi Clark. Backdoor breaking ball comes over the plate for strike 1. Clark hitting from the right-handed side. Thought that pitch was going to be well off the plate, but it just bit back over. A nice slider from the left-handed arm of Ryan Bosch. Here he comes with the second pitch. Fastball popped up in the air, straight up behind home plate. This ball will drift out of play. Hamilton over there on first. Is a big stolen base threat. This past year at Duke, he stole 29 bags. Bosch keeping tabs on him, and now he'll pick off over to first. But Hamilton back standing. Levi Clark awaits the 0-2 pitch. Here's Bosch. Looped in the air, shallow left, down the line. Jimenez racing in, full speed, he dives, full extension layout, and he made the catch. What a play by Jax Jimenez.
Just tremendous. There's some tremendous fielders on the left side of the infield and outfield for the Harbor Hawks. Lodis at shortstop today, and Matt Hyannis at third, but Jimenez had a nearly outfield assist yesterday at Harwich, which would have been just as highlight reel as that diving catch down the left field line.
It would have been a foul ball, but Jax Jimenez gets Ryan Bosch the first start, or the first out of his start. And there's one gone here in the first. Hamilton still leads off of first, and now Cohen Nikolai into the plate. Bosch misses well outside with the fastball.
Saw a bit of Jax Jimenez's arm after making that catch. When he popped up, he was looking for first base in case Hamilton went a little too far off the first base bag.
1-0, Bosch set at his belt. Taps the foot a couple of times. And now the high leg kick and the pitch. Runner goes, throw down from Fosberg, not in time. R.J. Hamilton steals second base. He gets that left hand in with the head first slide. We knew he was a threat to go when he does take second base. That last pitch from Ryan Bosch was a fastball called a strike on Cohen Nikolai. 1-1 the count to the Wareham three-hitter. There goes Hamilton for third. Swing and a miss, throw down by Fosberg, not in time, and the ball skips away off of the mitt of the third baseman, Matt Hyannis, but it did not get far enough away for Hamilton to think about scoring, but he is up to third with only one out in the bottom of the first.
Well, they're definitely playing like a hungry team that needs a win. 2 stolen bases here in the top or the bottom of the first.
1-2 the count on Cohen Nikolai, and Ryan Bosch would really like a strikeout now. There's the 1-2 offering. It gets away to the backstop. Hamilton comes home to score, and Wareham draws first blood purely based on the speed of R.J. Hamilton.
He's a threat in the back of the mind of Fosberg and of Ryan Bosch, and that one definitely hurts a bit for Will Fosberg. Feels like he had 2 chances there, especially on that throw to third base that was a little too far away.
1-0 Wareham now with nobody on and 1 out in the bottom of the first. 2-2 count on Cohen Nikolai. Ryan Bosch back into the motion. Backdoor breaking ball cannot find the plate against the right-handed hitting Cohen Nikolai. And the count now runs full. Nikolai, the Arizona State Sun Devil, awaits the payoff. Swing and a miss. Bosch blows the heater by him. And that's the second out of the first inning.
Base is empty here. Already that run across, but just settling in and getting out of this inning efficiently against the 4-hitter coming up.
It'll be Dylan Dubovic to hit with nobody on and 2 out. 1-0 Wareham here in the bottom of inning number 1. First pitch from Bosch. Fastball at the knees, just low for ball 1. Dubovic plays his collegiate ball with the Miami Hurricanes. Here's the 1-0. Fastball swung on and missed by Dubovic up in the zone. Count 1-1. Dubovic has struggled on the Cape. He's hitting just 175 here in game 23. 1-1 pitch. Fastball at the knees called a strike, and the count now 1-2 on the cleanup hitter for Wareham. Bosch looking to end this inning with back-to-back strikeouts. 1-2 in pursuit. Swing and a miss. He blows another fastball by Dylan Dubovic for out number 3. But Wareham strikes first. 1 run on, 1 hit, no errors. And nobody left on base. We head to the second inning. 1-0 Gatemen.
When it comes to delicious food, the best place to start is with great appliances. And Cam Appliances is your one-stop shop for any budget with brands like Thermador, Viking, Bosch, GE, and so much more. Cam Appliances, sales, delivery, installation, and service in the heart of your home with locations in Hyannis, Nantucket, and Hanover.
If you need to dig, lift, move, grade, clear, or cut, pump, weld, clean, light, and just about anything else, dial up the rental source for the newest and the most reliable equipment in New England. Staffed with equipment and construction experts, Milton Rents, your local source.
Cape Cod Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is proud to support Harbor Hawks baseball. For decades, athletes, families, and residents across Cape Cod have trusted Cape Cod Orthopedics and Sports Medicine for expert care. Their team specializes in sports medicine, orthopedic surgery, joint replacement, and rehabilitation, helping patients get back to the activities they enjoy most. Whether you're recovering from an injury or looking for specialized orthopedic care, learn more at CapeCodOrtho.com. Cape Cod Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the region's largest orthopedic specialty group. Second inning set to start here from Spillane Field. 1-0 lead for the Wareham Gatemen. The Harbor Hawks will have 4, 5, and 6 due up in the second. Jordan Lodice, Andrew Lamb, and Will Fosberg. If anybody gets on, Henry Zener will have a chance to hit.
It's an interesting part of the Harbor Hawks lineup. Lamb, new addition, and Will Fosberg, highest he's batted in a while.
First pitch to Lodice, front hit breaking ball from the right arm of Wade Walton, called a strike at the knees. Lodice had 2 hits yesterday in the win over Harwich. Walton comes with the 0-1, lined over to third, stabbed by Cade Alam as he goes to one knee. Throw across the diamond, beats Lodice by a step for out number 1.
A hard hit ball. Pulled down the third baseline, just right at Alam.
4 straight retired to start the game for Wade Walton. And now Andrew Lamb will hit with nobody on and 1 out here in the top half of inning number 2. 1-0 Wareham Gatemen. Walton takes a deep breath. And now he goes to work against the new hitter. He bounces the curveball in the dirt, and Lamb ahead 1-0. Lamb was a defensive replacement in yesterday's game at Harwich. He came in for Blake Primrose in the 7th inning behind the plate, but he did not record an at-bat. 1-0 to him. Fastball at the letters called strike 1. Andrew Lamb is playing now in his 4th game on the Cape. He's making his 3rd start. Walton comes at him again. Fastball just beneath the knees, and Lamb ahead in the count 2-1.
He's had a solid start those first 2 games, a hit in both. And it was a bit surprising to see him on the bench so early after coming to the Cape.
2-1 from Wade Walton. Chopped slowly up along the first base side and out of play. Since Lamb did not record an official at-bat in yesterday's game, he's still rocking a 2-game hit streak to start his tenure on Cape Cod. Walton set at the belt, shakes off his catcher. Now he nods, comes set, and delivers. Swing and a miss. Lamb out in front of the breaking ball, and he's down on strikes.
Wade Walton certainly having some better stuff with him here today than he did 2 days into the season. Going after hitters, the breaking ball is working well for the strikeout pitch.
Will Fosberg will hit with nobody on and 2 out here in the top half of the second inning. Walton already coming at him. Fastball just misses outside for ball 1. Fosberg has played in 9 games on the Cape this year. He's making his 7th start today. Walton's 1-0. Half swing, appeal to first, full swing, says third base umpire Connor Tierney. That time Walton dropped the changeup on Fosberg, and he couldn't quite hold up the swing. 1-1 to Fosberg. Fastball taken right down Broadway for strike 2. Wade Walton working very quickly here in his first 2 innings. He's 1 strike away from retiring Will Fosberg. Here's the pitch. He went back to that breaking ball in the dirt, but Fosberg lays off it. Count stands at 2-2.
That long 1-2-3 inning in the top of the first could be very helpful with how Wade Walton is working quickly on hitters and has good control of his stuff. The Harbor Hawks might have to hope the gas tank runs out a little quicker.
2-2. Fosberg swings and misses at the fastball up in the zone. 3 strikeouts and 6 straight retired to start the game for Wade Walton. We head to the bottom half of the second. Still 1-0 Wareham Gatemen here on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
When it comes to delicious food, the best place to start is with great appliances. And Cam Appliances is your one-stop shop for any budget with brands like Thermador, Viking, Bosch, GE, and so much more. Cam Appliances, sales, delivery, installation, and service in the heart of your home with locations in Hyannis, Nantucket, and Hanover.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Hey fans, did you know Cape Cod Orthopedics is the region's largest orthopedic specialty group? As the premier provider of orthopedic care on Cape Cod, their team is committed to helping patients return to the activities they enjoy most. From diagnosis and treatment to recovery and rehabilitation, Cape Cod Orthopedics and Sports Medicine takes pride in delivering exceptional care and outstanding patient experience. To learn more about their services, visit CapeCodOrtho.com. Bottom of the second here from Spillane Field. The Wareham Gatemen control a 1-0 lead over the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. And they will have 5, 6, and 7 due up to try to extend that lead here in the bottom half of the second. Foster Apple, Cade Alam, and Tony Lira will hit.
It didn't look like Ryan Bosch was really in any trouble in the first inning. The single was a good pitch, better swing, and his real biggest mistake was a wild pitch to allow R.J. Hamilton to score. But he seemed solid. Just closed out the inning with 2 strikeouts.
Foster Apple digs in from the right-handed side. Bosch set at the belt. A big deep breath. And now into the windup. Apple swings through the fastball on strike 1. The 1 run Wareham has was due to a leadoff single from R.J. Hamilton. He then stole second and third base and then scored on a wild pitch. A 1 to Foster Apple. Line to the air, down the line in right field. This ball lands just foul.
That was destined for extra bases for Foster Apple. He was rounding hard.
He was about a foot away from a double and possibly a triple into that right field corner. Foster Apple hit .293 during his collegiate season with Stetson. He's currently in the transfer portal looking for a new home. Trying to avoid the strikeout here against Ryan Bosch. The big lefty takes a deep breath, and now he fires the 0-2. Chopped slowly down the third base line. Foul.
Good play by Nate Ewing, the third base coach for Wareham.
Still 0-2 on Foster Apple. He readjusts his batting gloves, and now he's back into the box. Bosch looking to win the battle. He runs the fastball up and in on Foster Apple, but just misses. Count now 1-2. After allowing the run to score, Bosch ended the first inning with back-to-back strikeouts, looking to make it 3 in a row. Here's the 1-2. Backdoor breaking ball cannot quite find the zone on the outer edge, and the count now even at 2-2.
Nibbling on the corner, and that was a good idea.
That was a good take from Foster Apple. The battle continues, 2-2. Lined into right field and down for a base hit. Foster Apple saw that fastball deep into the zone and punched it the other way for a leadoff single.
Leadoff man reaching once again for Wareham. Foster Apple's 2 for 2 on stolen bases this summer. Might not be as big of a threat on the base pass.
Cade Alam will now hit. And we talked about it earlier. This is a Wareham team that desperately needs a win. They sit at 5-16 on the summer, last place in the Cape Cod League. Bosch will pick over to first, Foster Apple back standing. Of course, to make the playoffs in the Cape Cod League, you just can't be last. Wareham currently sits 8 points behind Catuit for 4th place in the West. Bosch, first pitch to Cade Alam, fastball way upstairs for ball 1.
And Catuit was kind of opening the door for Wareham for a second there. Now the Kettleers are back on the winning side of things. It's a long climb back up.
At one point, Catuit had lost 6 in a row, and Wareham was just 2 points out of a playoff spot. 1-0 from Ryan Bosch. Another fastball way high to Alam, and he's ahead 2-0.
And at this point in the season, to be 0-10 on the road, that's quite impressive, honestly, at this point. They almost had that road win yesterday before the rainout.
Well, here at Spillane Field, the Gatemen have been a lot better. They're 5-6. Hyannis 5-6 in road matchups this year. 2-0 coming. Lined in the air, deep out toward right center field, gliding over Liam Barrett, and he makes the catch for the first out.
Another squared up liner. This one just hung up a little too much. Alam couldn't get enough on it.
That'll bring Tony Lira up to the plate with a runner on first and 1 gone here in the home half of the second. Still 1-0 Gatemen.
Something Raymond Olivas did great yesterday was letting his defense do the work for him. Just 2 strikeouts across his 5 innings of work and only 2 hits.
First pitch from Bosch. Backdoor breaking ball misses high and away to Tony Lira. Tony Lira, the Arizona Wildcat from Citrus Heights, California, off to just a 169 start on the Cape. 1-0, but a pickoff over to first, and Foster Apple gets back safely again. The last time these two played on the 19th of June, Tony Lira did have an RBI single. Bosch is 1-0, swing and a miss. Lira tardy on the fastball, and the count even at 1-1.
That pick off the pitch previous, Bosch is really right along that 45-degree angle between where you have to deliver home or deliver a pickoff.
This time he comes to the plate, fastball driven deep in the air out toward right center field. Ranging back Henry Zener, and he dives full extension but can't come up with it. It's down for extra bases. Throw comes into second, and Tony Lira beats it out. He's in safely with a double. Foster Apple stops at third, and the Gatemen have something cooking with 2 in scoring position and 1 out here in the bottom of the second.
That throw into second nearly had Lira just a bit off the second base bag and on the wrong side for Lodis to catch and then have to make his way over for a second before placing the tag. Another great throw from the outfield coming up just short.
The Gatemen playing with some intensity early on here at home. A big pressure spot now for Noah Sheffield, the 8-hitter today. Bosch's first offering, backdoor breaking ball, comes over the plate for a strike. Runners on second and third, 1 out. Still 1-0 Gatemen, but they're looking to add on. 0-1 from Ryan Bosch. That time he misses outside with the slow stuff.
Playing in just his 5th game with the Gatemen. No RBIs yet on the season, big RBI spot.
Bosch back into his motion from the windup. 1-1 fastball misses down and away. Sheffield just finished up his junior year at Florida State. So far through 4 games on the Cape, he's hitting .231. But he has yet to record that first run batted in. Bosch is 2-1. Called a strike on the outer half. He went back to that slow breaking ball. And now he's 1 strike away from retiring Noah Sheffield. Bosch looking for strikeout number 3. Here's the pitch. Fastball down and in. Sheffield shuffles out of the way of it. And the count now full.
Trying not to flip this lineup over and get out of here with no damage. Could be big for Bosch.
Payoff upcoming. Bosch into the windup. Ball 4. Slider misses outside. And the bases are now loaded for the 9-hitter, Henry DiGiorgio. That walk is our free pass of the game presented by Cape Cod Community College. Go to Cape Cod Community College for free. Every program, no tuition or fees for those that qualify. Visit capecod.edu/free for more. And now pitching coach Blaise Martinez will come out and have a word with Ryan Bosch as they talk things over with the bases loaded and 1 out here in the bottom half of inning number 2.
Harbor Hawks would, of course, love to spin one here now that first base is occupied. Big spot here coming up. Take on the number 9 hitter, and then right back to R.J. Hamilton at the top, who was trouble in the first.
That was a quick mound meeting for Ryan Bosch. All parties are now off the mound. And Bosch does have the lefty-on-lefty advantage here against the 9-hitter Henry DiGiorgio. A big deep breath, and the first pitch upcoming from the southpaw. Fastball right down Broadway for strike 1. Bosch has been very solid against the left-handed hitters this season. The lefties are just 3 for 20 against Ryan Bosch. 0-1 coming on. Swinging a foul ball off the padding behind home plate. Bosch missed a little bit with that slider up in the zone, but DiGiorgio out ahead of it and fouled it away. Bosch would love a strikeout here on 0-2 with the bases loaded and 1 out. Deep breath. Bosch comes to the plate. Swing and a miss. Henry DiGiorgio fooled on the slider running down and away. The half swing was definitely a full swing, and he knew it immediately. Just couldn't quite keep the bat from leaking out over the plate that time. Bosch has his 3rd K, and now R.J. Hamilton steps in with the bases loaded and 2 away. Bosch's first offering. Another backdoor breaking ball. Hamilton takes it. Strike 1 across.
Needless to say, plenty of momentum behind this at-bat for both sides. Bosch approaching 40 pitches, now starting his 2nd trip through the batting order.
0-1. Grounded through the 5-6 hole and into left field for a base hit. Apple scores. Tony Lira will be held at 3rd. The throw gets away all the way to the backstop, but Will Fosberg has a beat on it with Ryan Bosch covering the plate. R.J. Hamilton scored the first run of the game, and now he bats home a 2nd. It's now 2-0 Gatemen, and the bases are still loaded with 2 out in the bottom half of the 2nd.
Pretty similar to an inning before, just tossing it into left field on the liner. And Jimenez came up throwing. Immediate stop sign from the 3rd base coach for Wareham.
The Gatemen playing station to station here. And now Levi Clark digs in. The Tennessee Vol, first pitch from Bosch. Hit in the air opposite field down the right field line, but this ball slices out of play. Levi Clark, the native of Marietta, Georgia, has been on a hot stretch so far for the Gatemen. He has hits in his last 6. and he has hits in 9 of his last 10. 0-1 from Bosch, taken down and away. Bases loaded, 2 out. Bottom of the second. 2-0 the lead for the Wareham Gatemen over the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. Bosch looking to keep the hot bat quiet. Grounded over to short, gloved by Jordan Lodice. Underhand flip to second with Taylor Kirk covering in time for the out, but not before the Gatemen score another run on 3 hits, no errors, and they leave the bases loaded. 2-0 Wareham as we head to the top of the third here on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
This week we've been working a lot with doing play-by-plays, just doing behind-the-scenes stuff with sports broadcasting, which I never really realized how much went into it, but it's been really cool.
They've grown a lot. I've never really done like a program like this before, so like seeing all the behind-the-scenes has like really grown.
I've learned how to really just gain confidence in my play-by-play speaking, and I've learned more terms here when it comes to directing and producing, and I've just had a great time with John Rook.
Doing the play-by-play stuff and all that, being with a guy like John Rook, understanding what like the major kind of entails of doing this camp, just really a preview for what you do here at Dean or any other college doing broadcasting, so I'm definitely more prepared to make this a job of mine.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
Third inning just about ready to get underway here from Spillane Field. The Harbor Hawks have 7, 8, and 9 due up to try to tie up this game here in the third inning. It's 2-0 Wareham after they pushed across 1 run in the first inning and 1 run in the second inning.
Adding on little by little in the Harbor Hawks offense, looking for some answers here against Wade Walton.
They haven't had any answers so far. Wade Walton has set down the first 6 hitters he's seen, 3 of them by way of the strikeout.
Back-to-back strikeout swinging for the middle of the order. Now the bottom of the order getting a chance to produce, where Henry Ziener comes up, and he's coming off an off day. Or played yesterday. He's coming off of.
Ziener went 1 for 4 yesterday with a single against Harwich. And here's Walton, first pitch of the inning. Fastball at the knees, called strike 1. Walton continues to work quickly out there on the mound. He's already in the motion for the 0-1. He misses with the slider down and into Ziener in the dirt. 1-1 the count on the Hyannis right fielder.
Ziener's been one of the more platooned bats for the Harbor Hawks.
1-1. Ziener takes a fastball just beneath the knees, and he's ahead in the count 2-1.
He's been here the whole summer, now playing in his 19th game.
Walton, the High Point Panther, deals the 2-1. Ziener swings and lines one up the middle. It's down for a base hit. Ziener saw that pitch well into the zone and punched it back up the middle. Ziener, who plays his collegiate ball at USC Upstate, he's in the same conference as Wade Walton. They're both in the Big South. That's not the first time he's seen him, but it is the first time Hyannis has a base runner today.
Doing it with the leadoff man, a good start here. Trying to work back from this 2-0 deficit.
That'll bring Taylor Kirk up to the plate, the right-handed hitting second baseman. First pitch from Walton. Taken on the outer edge, fastball called a strike. Taylor Kirk has been swinging a hot bat as of late. He has hits in 5 of his last 6 games. Nobody out, runner on first. Here's the pitch. Kirk takes down and in the count 1-1. Kirk was off to a dreadful start to the summer. He was hitting just 2 for 27. But since his commitment to UCLA out of the transfer portal, he has really picked things up with the bat. 1-1. Taken upstairs. 2-1 now the count on Taylor Kirk. Runner on first, nobody out. Top half of inning number 3, 2-0 the lead for the Wareham Gatemen. Walton comes to the plate. Kirk grounds one over to third. Past the third baseman, Henry DeGiorgio. The shortstop is there. He'll flip to second. And Zener, the lead runner, is caught.
Nearly sneaked through between shortstop and third base, but a hard hustle down the first base line for Taylor Kirk, trading spots. Bit more speed on the base paths.
Taylor Kirk stole 30 bases this past year at Fordham. It looked like the third baseman, Cade Alam, was going to glove that one, but he couldn't quite get there. But that was some great backup by the Wareham shortstop, Henry DeGiorgio. First pitch up coming to the 9-hitter, Liam Barrett. He's swinging away and pops one up on the infield. The first baseman, Tony Lira, will give it a look down the first base line, and he makes the catch with two hands above his head for the second out of the third.
It's been a bit of a struggle for Liam Barrett. 0 for 3, 0 for 4, and 0 for 4 in his last 3 games, coming off a bit of a hot stretch with back-to-back multi-hit games.
It will be up to Matt Einish to extend this inning. Runner on first and 2 out for him here in the top half of inning number 3. Walton looks in, nods, has the pitch he likes, and now comes out of the stretch. Fastball misses just outside to the left-handed hitting Matt Einish.
It was a bit of a war at the plate. Easily the longest at-bat that Wade Walton has faced today, taking 10 pitches. He's recovered pretty well. 43 pitches here today.
1-0. Einish takes just outside. A nice take there, and he's in a hitter's count at 2-0. Taylor Kirk on first. We know he has the speed. This could be a good time for him to go. He has the sliding mitt equipped. 2-0, Einish swings and blasts one high in the air, deep right field. Foster Apple going back. He's at the warning track, and he has enough room to make the catch. Bill with a cap high to retire the side. 2-0 Wareham as we head to the bottom half of the third. But before that, we send things down to Ethan Wax on the sidelines.
Winning in Wareham. That's what Hyannis aims to do tonight. I would like to highlight Andrew Lamb, who's a versatile catcher, first baseman, and outfielder for Hyannis. And he said to me something interesting as he's coming in with a 300 batting average at USC in 2025. He mentioned that he doesn't use any gloves when he bats, and he said the reason behind that is he likes to feel the dirt and just play flat-out baseball, and that's what he has been doing. And I actually spoke to one of his teammates, Jax Jimenez, and he's faced Lamb numerous times because he's been playing with him in the Big Ten, squaring off against him, and he credits his versatility as one of his superpowers, and he hopes that this will translate, which it has, to Hyannis as we head to the back half of the season as I turn it back to you guys.
Thanks, Ethan. Hey, Harbor Hawks fans, don't let bridge traffic throw you a curveball. Cape Cod Gateway Airport is your ticket to hassle-free travel. Located right here in Hyannis, we connect you to Boston, the islands, and beyond with daily flights and easy parking. Spend less time driving and more time at the ballpark. Learn more and plan your next getaway at flyhya.com. Cape Cod Gateway Airport, supporting our community one flight at a time. Bottom half of the third inning here between the Wareham Gatemen and Hyannis Harbor Hawks. It's the home squad, the Wareham Gatemen, that control a 2-0 lead here, and they have the heart of their order due up. Cohen Nikolai, Dylan Dubovic, and Foster Apple, the 3-4-5 hitters, will lead things off in the third against Ryan Bosch. Nikolai into the box from the right-handed side. Bosch into the windup. First pitch upcoming. Fastball misses beneath the knees for ball number 1. Nikolai plays his collegiate ball at Arizona State. He's 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. Bosch, a deep breath, now set, and now into the windup again. Nikolai swings and misses. A beautiful backdoor breaking ball from Bosch has the Gateman DH out ahead.
Bosch still has solid stuff. He's just been facing a Wareham team that's hungry and taking advantage of any opportunity so far.
1-1. And here it is. Fastball misses outside to Nikolai. Earlier this morning, Cohen Nikolai found out that he will be competing in the Cape Cod League Home Run Derby. He sits second on the Cape with 4 home runs this summer. Bosch is 2-1. Nikolai pops one up in the air down the first base side, but this ball slices out of play. 2-2 the count on Cohen Nikolai. Bosch looking to retire the first hitter of the inning for the first time today. Wareham led things off with a single in the first and second innings. Both those guys later came around to score. 2-2. Slider misses down and in to Nikolai, and the count runs full.
Well, Nikolai has his work cut out for him in the home run derby facing Bub Terrell. He's my favorite. We've seen him against the Harbor Hawks. It still is only 2 home runs on the summer.
3-2. Bosch back into his motion. Fastball taken way upstairs, and Nikolai draws a leadoff walk. Jacob Lee of the Brewster Whitecaps leads the Cape Cod League with 5 home runs. I'm sure he's most people's favorite. But for the third time today in as many innings, Wareham has the leadoff runner on, and now the cleanup man, Dylan Dubovic, will hit with a runner on first and nobody out in the bottom half of inning number 3. Bosch out of the stretch. Fastball swung through by Dubovic. This is the first time we've seen Ryan Bosch struggle a bit during a game he has started. He has been lights out since moving from the bullpen to the starting role. A 1 pitch. Fastball misses inside to Dubovic. Dubovic has been in a bit of a slump. He has just 1 hit in his last 7 games played for Wareham, but they still trust him out of that cleanup spot. Bosch peeks over at first, now comes to the plate. Fastball misses down and in, and Dylan Dubovic finds himself in a 2-1 hitters count.
Bosch starting to fall behind hitters a little early here tonight. 50 pitches, 30 for strikes.
2-1. Bosch pausing, and now he deals. Fastball hit high in the air, left center field. Coming in quickly, Liam Barrett. He slides and makes the catch at his chest. Liam Barrett patrols a great center field. He made up a ton of ground that time coming in. And this is a guy that just does not make errors. Throughout his first 2 years at UC Santa Barbara, he didn't make any errors.
Just a smooth slide there, popped up and threw it back into the infield. Picturesque sliding catch for Liam Barrett.
Foster Apple now steps in with a runner on first and 1 out. Bosch kicks and fires out of the stretch. Backdoor breaking ball misses high and away. Foster Apple led off the second inning with a single, and he later came around to score on an RBI single from R.J. Hamilton. 2-0 Gatemen here in the bottom half of inning number 3. Bosch fires the 1-0. Fastball misses inside, and Apple ahead 2-0. Foster Apple's another guy who has struggling. He has just 2 hits in his last 8 games played. 2-0 coming. Foster Apple swings and fouls one straight back off the hand of the Hyannis catcher, Will Fosberg, and he's shaking it out a little bit.
It's been a bit of a struggle behind the plate. A couple stolen bases and a wild pitch to deal with.
Two-one now. Cohen Nikolai takes a couple steps off of first. Bosch set just above the belt. 2-1 coming. Slider misses up and away. And now the count is 3-1 on Foster Apple. Bosch looking to avoid a second walk here. Foster Apple awaits the 3-1. Fastball taken just inside. It was a good location from Bosch, but Apple looked to be taken all the way there. Apple now on for the second time today, and Wareham has runners on first and second with one out here in the bottom of inning number 3.
Don't have a good look at the Harbor Hawks bullpen from our broadcast position, but time might be winding down here for Ryan Bosch, struggling to find the zone now.
Cade Alam now steps in from the right-handed side. First pitch from Bosch, fastball right down the middle for strike 1. This Wareham team has struggled mightily with getting on base this year. They have a team on base percentage of just .320. That's last in the Cape Cod League. Bosch looks back the runner at second now. The 0-1 to the plate, misses down and away. But Wareham has had no problems getting on base today. With 4 hits and 3 walks, they've already been on 7 times here in the 3rd inning. One. Alam nubs one foul along the first base line. He was well out in front of that one and just barely hit it off the cap of the bat. Cade Alam was rocking a 7-game hit streak before Wareham's last game against YD, where he went 0 for 4. Bosch is 1-2. Fastball up and away. Count even at 2-2 on the Wareham 6-hitter, Cade Alam. Runners on first and second, 1 out. 2-0 the lead for the Wareham Gatemen in the bottom of inning number 3. Bosch looking to battle back and earn the strikeout. 2-2 coming. Fouled away. Backdoor breaking ball. Alam was out in front, but he stays alive.
Hard fight here. The bases were left loaded in the 2nd inning after a run came across.
The righty works against the tall lefty Ryan Bosch. Can Cade Alam stay alive again? 2-2. Chopped on the ground up the middle. Stabbed by the second baseman Taylor Kirk, but it squeaks off his glove. And everybody's safe.
Missed chance for an out there, and Taylor Kirk was the top defensive D1 second baseman in the transfer portal, according to College Splits, before committing to UCLA. Uncharacteristic mistake there in a big spot.
The bases are now loaded with 1 out for Tony Lira. As a team, Hyannis has been pretty solid in the field. They have a fielding percentage of .972. That's second best on the Cape. First pitch to Lira. He's late on the fastball for strike 1. 2-0 Wareham, but they can add on in a big way. Bases loaded, 1 out. The Gatemen desperately need a win. 0-1 from Ryan Bosch. Fastball away. Count even at 1. Tony Lira still in the box. 1-1. Backdoor breaking ball comes over the plate. Called a strike. Tony Lira just has 2 extra base hits here on the Cape. 2 doubles. No home runs yet. 1-2. Lira lines one in the air, shallow left. This ball sinking fast and it drops for a base hit. Nikolai scores. Apple scores. Up to third, Cade Alam. Up to second, Tony Lira. He adds another extra base hit, and it's 4-0 Gatemen in the bottom half of the 3rd.
A double to right, now a double to left. That one stand up on second base, and a big 2 RBI scoring double as Mitch Carricker makes the walk.
And it looks like that will be all for Ryan Bosch. He gives up 4 runs through an inning and through 2 1/3 innings. He will depart with 4 earned runs, and he's still responsible for the runners on second and third. We'll tell you about the new Hyannis pitcher when we come back on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
When it comes to delicious food, the best place to start is with great appliances. And Cam Appliances is your one-stop shop for any budget with brands like Thermador, Viking, Bosch, GE, and so much more. Cam Appliances, sales, delivery, installation, and service in the heart of your home with locations in Hyannis, Nantucket, and Hanover.
If you need to dig, lift, move, grade, clear, or cut, pump, weld, clean, light, and just about anything else, dial up the rental source for the newest and the most reliable equipment in New England. Staffed with equipment and construction experts, Milton Rents, your local source.
When it comes to delicious food, the best place to start is with great appliances. And Cam Appliances is your one-stop shop for any budget with brands like Thermador, Viking, Bosch, GE, and so much more. Cam Appliances, sales, delivery, installation, and service in the heart of your home with locations in Hyannis, Nantucket, and Hanover.
If you need to dig, lift, move, grade, clear, or cut, pump, weld, clean, light, and just about anything else, dial up the rental source for the newest and the most reliable equipment in New England. Staffed with equipment and construction experts, Milton Rents, your local source.
Ryan Bosch departs after 2 1/3 innings. He gave up 5 hits, 4 earned runs. He struck out 3 and walked 3, and he's still responsible for runners on second and third. The new pitcher out on the mound taking some warm-up pitches for Hyannis will be Liam Kineen.
Bit of an opposite story from Ryan Bosch for Kineen. He started his first appearance on the Cape, took the loss with 3 innings, 5 hits, and 4 runs, 3 of them earned. Moved to the bullpen and has been more effective. Picked up the win on the 24th with 2 innings pitched, just 1 hit and no runs. And since then, his most recent appearance came against Yarmouth Dennis on the 3rd of July, an inning and 2/3 with 3 hits, a run, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts.
Noah Sheffield will be his first task out of the dugout for Wareham. He'll hit with runners on second and third and just 1 out here in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. The Wareham Gatemen lead the Hyannis Harbor Hawks 4-0. Kineen set, taps the left foot twice, and here's his first pitch. It's swung on and looped over to first base, gloved by Andrew Lamb. He'll flip underhanded to Kineen covering. Noah Sheffield sort of reached out and tapped that ball to first on the first pitch. He's out at first, but he does drive home a run as Cade Alam does score from third, and it's 5-0 Gatemen.
Not bad from the bottom of the order, just put the ball in play, creating another run for Wareham, and now it's the Gatemen with the 5-run lead over Hyannis.
Henry DeGiorgio will hit with a runner on third and 2 outs. First pitch to the lefty, grounded sharply over to third, but this ball shifts foul. 5 runs on 5 hits, no errors for the Gatemen, no runs on 1 hit, 1 error for the Harbor Hawks. Kineen set. Here's the 0-1. Fastball right down the middle. And DeGiorgio quickly behind 0-2. Kineen looking to limit the damage and prevent that run, standing 90 feet away at third base. 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball bounces in the dirt, but a nice block by Will Fosberg. Keeps the ball in front of him and keeps Tony Lira on third base. One-two, Canine resets and looks to get his bearings here. One strike away from getting out of this third inning. 3 runs already home for the Gatemen. 1-2 pitch. Another breaking ball. That one misses down and into DeGiorgio. And the count now even at 2-2. Wareham pushed across. 1 run in the first, 1 run in the second, and they've broken things open with 3 here in the third. They lead 5-0 over the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. 2-2 from Liam Canine. Fastball looped out toward shallow center. This ball drops in front of Liam Barrett for a base hit. Tony Lira scores from third, an RBI single from the Northeastern Husky. Henry DeGiorgio makes it 6-0 Wareham Gatemen.
Didn't get much of that, but counts the same. It also counts to Ryan Bosch's line. All the runs scored going against Ryan Bosch. Closes out his line at 2 1/3 innings with 5 hits and 6 runs, 3 walks and 3 strikeouts.
R.J. Hamilton now steps in for his third at-bat. He has 2 singles in as many innings today. First pitch from Canine, off for second. DeGiorgio. Hamilton drops down a bunt. Hyannis charges from third. The throw to first, not in time. R.J. Hamilton, 3 for 3 today as he surprised everyone with the bunt single.
Quite the bunt there. 2 outs and first pitch of the at-bat. Just drop it down. Hyannis had a tough play on his hands. Hamilton has plenty of speed up the baseline.
That guy can fly, I'll tell you that much. He stole 2 bases in the first inning, scored on that wild pitch to open things up for Wareham. And there was no doubt on if he was going to be safe at first after that beautiful ball. Levi Clark now hits, the 9th hitter to come to the plate this inning for Wareham. First pitch from Canine, slider misses down and away in the dirt. You can tell, Charlie, this is a Wareham team that's playing like they need a win in the worst way possible, because they do. Canine's 1-0. Line to the air, deep right, backpedaling Henry Zener, and he makes the catch at his chest for out number 3, but not before 4 runs cross in the inning on 3 hits. Wareham leaves 2 on base. We head to the 4th, 6-0 Gatemen.
This week we've been working a lot with doing play-by-plays, just doing behind-the-scenes stuff with sports broadcasting, which I never really realized how much went into it, but it's been really cool.
They've grown a lot. I've never really done like a program like this before, so like seeing all the behind the scenes has like really grown.
I've learned how to really just gain confidence in my play-by-play speaking, and I've learned more terms here when it comes to directing and producing, and I've just had a great time with John Rook.
Doing the play-by-play stuff and all that, being with a guy like John Rook, understanding what like the major kind of entails of doing this camp, just really a preview for what you do here at Dean or any other college doing broadcasting, so I'm definitely more prepared to make this a job of mine.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
Welcome back to Spillane Field. It's the 4th inning, sponsored by the team at the Goldberg Law Group PC, the Cape's premier personal injury law firm. The Goldberg Law Group has served Cape Cod and the islands for more than 38 years, and we're proud to support the local events, organizations, and traditions that make this community so special. As the Cape's leading law firm, Goldberg Law Group believes in helping people, building relationships, and giving back whenever we can. That's why we're honored to sponsor the Hyannis Harbor Hawks in another great night of Cape League baseball. Charlie Adams here alongside Max Schwartzberg for the middle innings here on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network. Hyannis has some work to do And they'll lead off Jax Jimenez, followed by Caden Miller and Jordan Lodice.
Wareham has all the momentum in the world heading into this frame, but it's all about just chipping away. Hyannis, it's a 6-run deficit. You got a bloop, you got a blast here. You just keep adding on and putting up quality at bats. That's all that's going to matter as we approach the middle half of this game.
Still Wade Walton working on the mound. First pitch to Jimenez. This is inside, 1-0. Walton's ready on the mound. The 1-0 pitch. Sent to first base, down the first base line, and past Lear, foul. Count 1-1. As Jimenez is heading to the Harbor Hawks dugout. Might need a new piece of lumber.
Definitely snapped the twig. I think that one was hooked off the end of the bat. We've seen a lot of broken bats lately. Really good pitching.
New bat picked up from the dugout with blue bat tape, which fits the plenty of colors around Jax Jimenez. Green Oregon gear, his elbow guard and his shin guard. The 1-1 pitch from Walton. This is outside, 2-1. Nobody out here in the top of the fourth, a 6-0 lead for Wareham. To 1 pitch. Count goes to 3-1. No walks yet for Wade Walton.
No free passes for Wareham, I don't believe.
3-1 pitch. It's ball 4. Walton can't work to count full, but it's a leadoff walk for Jimenez.
Just as good as a single right there. And now you got the middle of the order, Caden Miller, Lodice, and Lamb. These are the big bats that you're looking for to start chipping away.
That saves my scorebook a bit. I had the Cohen Nikolai full count walk from the start of the inning in the bottom of the third penciled in under Jax Jimenez by accident. So almost got it. As the first pitch sent to Caden Miller's turned around over towards center field. On the way back, caught over the shoulder of Dubovic, and a tag from first base for Jax Jimenez, and he's up to second base.
Really good heads-up base running. Most guys won't even try that, but Dubovic was so back towards the warning track, pretty much right at the wall. Jimenez recognized that he was going to make the catch, and he had just enough time to tag up from first to second.
Now with one away, Jordan Lodice up to the plate. Grounded out to third base to lead off the top of the second. Up here with Jimenez off second base. Walton's pitch. Grounded to third base. Fielded by Alam, thrown across the diamond in time. Jimenez stays put at second, and there's 2 away here in the top of the fourth. Andrew Lamb up now with 2 outs. Runner on second. Here in the top of the fourth. As our own Ethan Wax talked about, wiping the dirt before stepping into the batter's box. He'll do that before every pitch. A few bat twirls ready for Walton's 0-0 pitch. Swung on and missed.
Everything about Andrew Lamb's aura in the batter's box is very reminiscent of Kyle Tucker. Similar stances. They both wipe the dirt. No batting gloves.
Jimenez off second. The pitch misses for ball 1. Counts even at 1-1. 2 outs here in the top of the fourth on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network. Hyannis with just 1 hit on the game. Belongs to Henry Zener. This one fouled off. Count 1-2. Walton's up to 56 pitches here in his 4th inning of work. Couple glances to Jimenez off second to pitch. Outside, count 2-2.
Well, we talked about being wild outside of the zone, but sometimes you can be wild inside the strike zone. And as Walton sometimes pitches around the plate, that's when you can see one float over the middle, and Andrew Lamb, a guy who led USC in slug, could turn around a baseball over the wall.
Pitch upstairs, counts full, 3-2. Lamb looking to extend the top of the fourth inning. Work to be done. A 6-0 lead here for the Gatemen. Approaching the halfway point. Full count pitch in the dirt, swung on and missed. Andrew Lamb will leg it out to first base. Clark collects, throws onto first in time. And the Harbor Hawks can't put across a run. No runs, no hits, no errors, and one left on base. We'll head to the bottom half here on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
When it comes to delicious food, the best place to start is with great appliances. And Cam Appliances is your one-stop shop for any budget with brands like Thermador, Viking, Bosch, GE, and so much more. Cam Appliances, sales, delivery, installation, and service in the heart of your home with locations in Hyannis, Nantucket, and Hanover.
If you need to dig, lift, move, grade, clear, or cut, pump, weld, clean, light, and just about anything else, dial up the rental source for the newest and the most reliable equipment in New England. Staffed with equipment and construction experts, Milton Rents, your local source.
Welcome back to the Goldberg Law Group fourth inning at Spillane Field. Did you know Goldberg Law Group PC is the Cape's premier personal injury law firm? The Goldberg Law Group has served Cape and the islands for more than 38 years, and we're proud to support the local events, organizations, and traditions that make this community so special. As the Cape's leading law firm, Goldberg Law Group believes in helping people, building relationships, and giving back whenever we can. That's why we're honored to sponsor the Hyannis Harbor Hawks in another great night of Cape League baseball. Bottom four here from Spillane Field. Liam Canine back on the mound for his first clean inning of work. Harbor Hawks trail 6-0, leaving a runner in scoring position on second base in the top of the fourth. And we're right back to where we started the bottom of the third, which was a 4-run inning for the Gatemen. Cohen Nikolai will lead off, followed by Dylan Dubovic and Foster Apple.
The designated hitter, number 18, Cohen Nikolai from Arizona State.
How about the Boston Red Sox? 8 straight wins for the Bo Sox and half a game out of a playoff spot.
And the recipients of Jake Schaffner.
Jake Schaffner, former Harbor Hawk in 2025, as the first pitch from Canine in for a strike called to Nikolai. Not the only Harbor Hawk drafted in the first round. Hunter Dietz and, of course, Von Lackey, who was picked third overall. The 0-1 pitch in the dirt. Counts 1-1.
That 2025 squad had a lot of talent, that's for sure.
More names have gone off the board as we've dipped into the second round and further.
Chris Rembert, Andrew Williamson as well.
Miles Bailey as well. The list goes on. The 1-1. Grounded to third base. Einish takes a step back to field it. A few crow hops, throw on to first in plenty of time for the first down.
And just the first time that Hyannis has retired the leadoff batter tonight, that's got to feel good. And as mentioned, this is kind of Canine's reset inning. He inherited second and third, nobody out, gave up both inherited runs, so those will be charged to Ryan Bosch. But it's always a nice feeling to have a clean slate.
6 runs allowed by Ryan Bosch in 2 1/3 innings of work. Of course, those 2 runs that were inherited came into score against Liam Canine as Dubovic up to the plate. Swings through the first pitch he sees. He's 0 for 2 today. Struck out in the first inning, flew out to center field for the first out of the third. Was the last out recorded by Ryan Bosch. 0-1. Outside, count 1-1. Jake Brichta behind home plate. Pretty communicative umpire, especially close enough to our crowd mic we can hear him. When a pitch is outside, he'll let you know.
Nothing compared to last night. Who was behind the plate last night? Robert Melms?
Last night behind the plate was Mike O'Leary as the 1-1 Grounded to shortstop. Lodice comes up firing across for the second out. 2 outs, 2 ground outs here for Liam Canine in the bottom of the 4th.
Larry, a very vocal strike call, that's for sure. Honestly, you got to appreciate it. So much passion behind the play. These guys are all volunteers.
A little bit of emotion from the umpires. I feel like one of the umpires we've had behind the plate was very high-pitched.
Really?
This strikeout call. Maybe I've just seen it online. They all blend together. Another ground ball. This one headed to Andrew Lamb. He'll flip on to Liam Canine covering. That's about as easy as it gets in the bottom of the 4th. A 1-2-3 inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Still a 6-0 lead as we head to the 5th on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
When it comes to delicious food, the best place to start is with great appliances. And Cam Appliances is your one-stop shop for any budget with brands like Thermador, Viking, Bosch, GE, and so much more. Cam Appliances, sales, delivery, installation, and service in the heart of your home with locations in Hyannis, Nantucket, and Hanover.
If you need to dig, lift, move, grade, clear, or cut, pump, weld, clean, light, and just about anything else, dial up the rental source for the newest and the most reliable equipment in New England. Staffed with equipment and construction experts, Milton Rents, your local source.
Wade Walton, unsurprisingly, into his 5th inning of work. He'll face Will Fosberg, Henry Ziener, and Taylor Kirk. Still a 6-0 lead for the Gatemen. Harbor Hawks offense looking for something. It was small ball yesterday that really sparked it.
Yeah, it was, and in a game like that, a 4-3 win, that's the type of effort you need to bring it back and take the advantage. But in a game like this, you're going to need a little bit more than that. Of course, maybe some small ball to set up runs, but you're going to need the big hit, which is going to be the key to making this comeback possible.
Wade Walton threw 4 innings of work, working a 1-hitter with no runs, of course, and 1 walk and 4 strikeouts.
Now batting the catcher, number 16, Will Fosberg from Northeastern.
Will Fosberg up to the plate for the 2nd time. Came up in the 2nd inning. Struck out to end the frame. 2 lefties and a righty due up for the Harbor Hawks. Walton's first pitch in the dirt. Easy leave for Will Fosberg. The sun has finally set over Wareham High School down the 3rd base line.
Turned into a beautiful night temperature-wise.
The 1-0 pitch. Ball outside.
You can hear that one. You got to love the Northeastern representation in this game. Fosberg for Hyannis, DeGiorgio for Wareham, and Schwartzberg for Hyannis.
Oh, wow. Who's the 3rd guy? I don't see him on the field.
Some nobody.
Yeah. Count is 3-0, and Levi Clark's been communicating with Walton. Had some words after the first pitch or the second ball, and on that ball 3 came out from out of his crouch before throwing it back. The 3-0 pitch. Downstairs, an easy leave and a quick 4-pitch walk for Will Fosberg.
And just a second free pass issued on the day for Wade Walton, but as I mentioned at the top of the last inning with the leadoff walk to Jax Jimenez, it's basically as good as a single. Now with the bottom of the order, Henry Ziener, who's been hot, this is where you need a hit to set up some guys in scoring position.
The leadoff man has reached in now 3 straight innings for Hyannis. Has translated into a runner left on base in both innings as ball 1 to Henry Ziener prompts a mound visit from Levi Clark.
Should be 5 straight balls to start off the inning, so much needed visit just to take some time and reset for Walton on the hill. You don't want a great outing to be tarnished by just a little small streak of wildness the deeper you get. But the pitch count is rising. Let's not forget the first AB of this game was 10 pitches to Matt Einish. That was a taxing 1-2-3 top of the first inning for Hyannis.
Eric Luxus, the pitching coach for Wareham, has joined the battery on the mound, as has the entire Wareham infield. And that mound visit finally breaking up. Alexis coached Hyannis before joining Wareham's staff in 2024. Zener still at the plate here on a 1-0 count. Pitch missing the zone once again. Now 6 straight balls to start the top of the 5th.
This has got to be a take sign in the situation. You're down 6 runs. You just want base runners. You want ducks on the pond. Hasn't found the zone in this inning. He's probably going to be taken here. I bet you a nickel.
The 2-0 in for a strike, taking all the way. I don't carry change on me.
Well, they got a strike graphic on the scoreboard. Did you
Yeah,
see
they
that?
do it for every strike one.
I never noticed that.
It's a little much. As the 2-1 sent up the middle into center field for a base knock. Henry Zener with 2 solid singles right up the middle. He's 2 for 2.
That ball might have been down. It was still probably going to be a strike, but Zener went golfing and just got the fat part of the bat on it. And now you could cut this lead in half with 1 swing, but of course Hyannis probably wants to go with a more death by 1,000 cuts approach and just start chipping away on the hit column.
The sun has set behind Wareham High School, as we mentioned. Joe Gravina is still fighting it over at first base. Tonight's first base umpire, bit of a workout for the right arm. Bunt laid down here, some small ball from Hyannis as Taylor Kirk puts down a good one, and it will be a sacrifice bunt. He's gunned down at first base.
Played it perfectly for Kate Alam over there at third, and Kirk's got some pretty good speed. Almost legs it out, but of course still bunting for the sacrifice. A base hit would be nice if they somehow get it, but now you got 2 guys in scoring position for Liam Barrett, who was really hot to start the season, but has been struggling as of late.
2 straight sacrifice bunts in 2 nights now for Taylor Kirk. Had one in the 5th inning of yesterday's game against Harwich. First pitch delivered to Liam Barrett below the zone. Count 1-0. Now 2-0. Walton certainly lost a bit of control that he had for the previous 4 innings in this frame. Has 2 runners now in scoring position facing Liam Barrett. Alternated sort of between the 9 spot and the leadoff spot for Hyannis this season. And he's up 3-0 with first base open.
Barrett's still looking for his first hit with guys in scoring position this summer. So far 0 for 7, but at this point you're not trying to walk, but you're probably going to be taken here as you try to get a base runner for the top of the order. Matt Einish waiting on deck.
The 3-0. Walton finds it. Count 3-1.
Let's say Hyannis gets a big fly here. Of course, that's really ideal, but it almost kills a rally because then there's nobody on base. So Barrett, a guy who's got prolific contact, probably just going to try to stick one out here or maybe take the free pass.
Hitter count in 3-1. He'll send it to right field and on a line finds Foster Apple. Both runners tagging up. The throw is cut off and dribbling towards the pitcher's mound for a sacrifice fly. First run on the board for Hyannis as Barrett produces it on the sacrifice to right field. Zener up to third base. And it's a 6-1 deficit now for Hyannis. Lineup flipping over now for Matt Einish. 2 away here in the top of the 5th. Walton ready with the 0-0 pitch. Can't drop in the breaking ball for a strike. 1-0. Bullpen is working for Wareham. The 1-0 pitch from Walton. Called strike. Count evens up 1-1. Walton to 75 pitches as he'll deliver a foul ball off the bat of Matt Hyannis. 1-2 count now.
Hyannis has got the World Series sticker on his helmet. Of course, played in Omaha a couple weeks ago. Barely took any rest, about a week, and then he came over to Hyannis.
1-2 to Hyannis below the zone. Counts even 2-2. The Gatemen encourage their fans to keep the foul balls here. Falmouth has some parking lots that you shouldn't chase foul balls into. And
Understandably
Orleans,
so.
as Hyannis drops in a single right to center field. That'll score Henry Zener. And the inning continues with 2 outs, an RBI single for Matt Hyannis.
Hyannis loves going right back up the middle. That's now 3 base knocks right back up the chute, and Hyannis, kind of the perfect leadoff hitter for Carricker at the top. Able to get this one out as Wareham takes the mound visit.
Mound visit here. The bullpen has stopped warming up for the Gatemen. As the ball will be taken from Wade Walton, he won't complete the 5th inning. Goes 4 2/3, and a new pitcher making his way for the Wareham Gatemen will meet the new arm on the other side of the break here on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
When it comes to delicious food, the best place to start is with great appliances. And Cam Appliances is your one-stop shop for any budget with brands like Thermador, Viking, Bosch, GE, and so much more. Cam Appliances, sales, delivery, installation, and service in the heart of your home with locations in Hyannis, Nantucket, and Hanover.
If you need to dig, lift, move, grade, clear, or cut, pump, weld, clean, light, and just about anything else, dial up the rental source for the newest and the most reliable equipment in New England. Staffed with equipment and construction experts, Milton Rents, your local source.
Jaden Barfield taking over for Wade Walton on the mound here for Wareham. Runs across, 2 of them for Hyannis, and still a runner on is Matt Hyannis at first base. After Wade Walton goes 4 2/3 innings, he turns it over to Jaden Barfield.
Now you got a lefty on the hill for Wareham, and this is part of the order. Switch hitter and Jimenez, who will bat righty, and then Miller, the lefty. Probably his guy is Jimenez, but still, it's going to be a tough matchup against Jimenez, who hits better from the right side.
Switching over after 2 at-bats against Wade Walton. Last at-bat came in the 4th inning. Took a leadoff walk before being stranded at second base. Barfield on the Cape. Last pitched on the 8th versus YD with an inning, 1 hit, no runs. No walks and 1 strikeout through just 17 pitches in that one. 11 for strikes. Got into some trouble versus Brewster, allowed 2 home runs in an inning of work. Barfield coming from Oklahoma. He'll be entering his junior year. As Jax Jimenez up to the plate. 2 away and a runner on first base. 6-2 ball game here in the top of the 5th. Switch hitting Jimenez from the right side for the first time today. Takes ball 1. The train is crossing here in Wareham. Just a bit down the road from Wareham High School as the 1-0 is below the zone. 2-0, runners on the move in Hyannis. The throw is well late.
I think that should be a wild pitch, or technically maybe a pass ball, but he wasn't going on a delay there. He just got a good read.
2-0 count at the plate with 2 away. Now Hyannis up to second base. Dirtier jersey than the pitch before. The lefty Barfield takes a peek and heads to the plate. Jimenez turns it around and drops it in for a base hit. Hyannis rounding third, heading home as the ball skips back into the infield. Jimenez with a RBI single. The Harbor Hawks continue to hit here with 2 outs. Lead now fully cut in half. It's 6-3.
It's the chipping away approach, and we mentioned it. Jimenez really sees lefties well. Got a good pitch over the plate and turn it around the left field for the base knock and the ribby that scores Hyannis.
Now Caden Miller up, facing a left-on-left matchup. Miller's tonight's DH for Hyannis. Runner on the move on the first pitch with 2 away, and the throw gets away into the outfield. Jimenez considers going to third base, will stay put at second. His 5th stolen base now in 3 games.
Yeah, he's been getting some reps out there. This guy's got prolific speed. Didn't steal that many bags at Oregon, but certainly getting that taken care of here on the Cape.
He's a smart base runner, and that's why he was the primary pinch runner for the Oregon Ducks his freshman year. That's how he made his majority of appearances that season, for being an everyday guy in his sophomore year. Bunt shown with 2 outs. A tricky play for the lefty Barfield, but he makes it. Flipped onto first base in time. And he gets the final out of the inning. But the Harbor Hawks put up 3 runs on the inning and are able to do it behind 3 hits with no errors and 1 left on base. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th here on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
When it comes to delicious food, the best place to start is with great appliances. And Cam Appliances is your one-stop shop for any budget with brands like Thermador, Viking, Bosch, GE, and so much more. Cam Appliances, sales, delivery, installation, and service in the heart of your home with locations in Hyannis, Nantucket, and Hanover.
If you need to dig, lift, move, grade, clear, or cut, pump, weld, clean, light, and just about anything else, dial up the rental source for the newest and the most reliable equipment in New England. Staffed with equipment and construction experts, Milton Rents, your local source.
The Harbor Hawks have some run support behind Liam Cadine now. Back down to a 3-run ball game after a 3-run top of the 5th. That ran Wade Walton out of the game after 4 2/3 innings. His final line, 3 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 2 walks and 4 strikeouts. And Jaden Barfield was able to finally get the final out of the inning on a Caden Miller bunt attempt with 2 outs. Not too often you see your 3-hole DH dropping the bunt down, but it's been small ball that's worked for the Harbor Hawks recently.
He's trying to drop a drag bunt down with a lefty Barfield on the hill. He's falling off towards third base, so Miller, the lefty, dragging it down the first base line, trying to vie for it, and Barfield just got a glove on it to retire him. But if that got by him, he probably would have been able to reach.
Nearly got by Barfield. As we flip over to the bottom of the 5th, it's Cade Alam to lead off, followed by Tony Lira and Noah Sheffield. 6, 7, and 8 due up for the Gatemen. Cadine's first pitch to Alam's a called strike. Reached on an error, came around to score in the bottom of the 3rd. Taylor Kirk, the man responsible for the fielding error. Cadine's 0-1's outside, 1-1. Cadine back ready on the bump. The 1-1 pitch, popped up, foul out of play. The sun has fully left the infield, and only center field and right field have to deal with any of the remaining sunlight here. Sunset set for 8:16 p.m. 7:39 here in Wareham. The 1-2. Alam thought about it as the breaking ball broke away from the plate for ball 2. Counts even 2-2.
Wareham has had a leadoff base runner in 3 of 4 innings, and not a surprise that they've scored in all the innings they've gotten the leadoff guy. They definitely want to reach here.
Canines 2-2 pitch. Outside, count runs full. 3-2. Canine was the first man to retire the leadoff bat for Wareham in the 4th inning. A 1-2-3 frame with 3 groundouts. Looking to avoid the free pass here on the full count. Here's the pitch. Turned around to right center field. Both on the run. It will fall between Zener and Barrett. Zener fields it on a hop, thrown back into the infield, and Alam is sliding into second base with a double.
Left this fastball a little bit too far over the plate, wanted it up, and he missed middle. Alam with a nice right center field, opposite field approach. The leadoff two-bagger.
And in scoring position to start off the bottom of the 5th as Tony Lira up to the plate. He knows a thing or two about doubles, has 2 of them tonight. His last one was a 2 RBI double with the bases loaded. Was left on third base in the 2nd inning as he's 2 for 2 tonight. First pitch. This is low in the dirt. 1-0. Canine back ready with the 1-0 pitch. Grounded softly to short. Lodis fields, throws along to Andrew Lamb. Reaching up above his head to make the catch. No advance from Alam, and it's a first out of the inning.
Whenever you ground it in front of the runner at second base, the rule is, at least from a traditional baseball sense, you don't go. Whenever it's behind you as the second base runner, you'll go. That one was well in front of him, and Alam made the correct decision to stay put.
First pitch delivered to Noah Sheffield. Foul tipped into the mitt for strike 1. Oh, 1 count, and runner on the move from second base. A foul at the plate. Sheffield will force Alam back to second base on the steal attempt.
Not a bad idea with the front door open. 1 out. It's probably the time to do it. Especially to the lead, you can be a little bit more aggressive.
Now 0-2 at the plate. 1 away here in the bottom of the 5th. And it's a called strike 3. Sheffield knew it. Second out of the inning. And the first strikeout for Liam Canine's relief outing.
Now batting the shortstop, number 21, Henry Giorgio.
Clearly was guessing something else. Probably was sitting breaking ball there. He got the heater, and by the time he realized, it was already past him.
Oh, pitch delivered to the number 9 hitter, Henry DiGregorio, for strike 1. DiGregorio. Oh, we're getting there. I don't think I got either of those right. I know you gave me a look on the first one as the Northeastern Husky sends it out to right field, and Henry Zener has it with a slide for the 3rd out. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. We'll be back for the 6th inning here on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
You can make any bat feel lighter by adding a velo puck knob. Instead of having to go get a whole entirely new bat, you can simply add the puck to it. Players can use this with any bat. It's basically going to shift the weight of the bat a little bit more towards the hands. Players are able to hit the ball a lot harder just by simply adding the puck on.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Welcome back to the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network Top 6, brought to you by Netting Pros Stadionic, the official netting and facilities solutions partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. When it comes to netting and building iconic sports facilities, it's Netting Pros Stadionic, making sports facilities iconic. Top 6, 4-5-6 due up for the Harbor Hawks. Still facing Jaden Barfield on the mound. It's a lefty-lefty matchup for most of the Harbor Hawks lineup, as most of the lineup combinations are for Hyannis.
Back-to-back years that we've seen a lot of wrong-handers in the starting lineup. Really just on the roster, constructed by Nick Johnson. I mean, he's done a great job, but tends to be a very left-handed heavy, which could be an advantage. It can also be a disadvantage.
Lodi's grounded out to third base in both of his at-bats today, looking to find the hit column. The Harbor Hawks are up to 4 hits after picking up 3 hits in the top of the 5th. Did so while picking up 3 runs. Still trailing 6-3.
And batting the shortstop, number 10, Jordan Lodice in central field.
Left 1 runner on base in that big 5th inning, as Lodi's up to the plate. The lone true righty in the batting order. Half swing, and that's a broken bat right back to Barfield. Tossed on the first base in time, and not the way Lodi's wanted that at-bat to go. He'll need a new stick, and he'll have to wait until his next at-bat to once again try to find the hit call.
That's got to be frustrating. First pitch of the at-bat, first pitch of the inning, and you change your mind, you snap the twig, and you're out number 1.
Just half offered at it, asking for a broken bat.
Some extra snappage and shards that the home plate umpire, Jake Brickta, is walking over to the Hyannis dugout, gave it to the pitching coach, Austin Wallace.
It's in close proximity to our broadcast position, right along the backstop padding here behind home plate.
Should have gone, Austin, toss the bat over. I want a bat. It's too late now. That'd be weird.
You can work your fingers through the fence and try to drag it back to our side as a first pitch strike to Andrew Lamb. He struck out both times up today. Pitch in the dirt, counts 1-1. 1-1 count here with 1 away in the top of the 6th inning. Andrew Lamb working back from a 6-3 lead with Hyannis, swings through this pitch. Count 1-2. A lot of USC representation here on the Harbor Hawks throughout the season. And by association through Max Schwartzberg as a swing and a miss. From Andrew Lamb, he's 3 at-bats, 3 strikeouts, all swinging today in a second out.
There's another Gatemen strikeout brought to you by the law offices of Lang, Exaferis, and Boyle.
I'm basically like a half association. Because it's a person, you got to round down, so I guess I get a 0 on it.
Number 16, Will Fosberg from Northeastern.
2 outs for Will Fosberg, taking strike 1. First strikeout recorded by Barfield on the Lamb K. Moulton finished with 4. Counts even 1-1. Our crowd mic was
really picking up Henry Zener.
Our crowd mic was out of place for a second. We took it on mute, fixed it, and now Henry Zener is taking his warm-up packs right next to it as it's a 1-2 count.
You can hear him strapping off his batting gloves.
Yeah. Just the sweet sounds of baseball here on radio.
I wish we could talk through it so we can, like, you know, go like, Henry, you know, like hear it and think that it's like a person. Like, what's going on? Who's saying that? But it's just a mic, you know.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss on a pitch in the dirt. A 1-2-3 inning for Barfield with 2 strikeouts, as we'll stick here on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network and hand it over to Sam Guarini.
Sam Guarini here. It's been a big day for the Harbor Hawks baseball off the field as the first 4 rounds of the MLB draft got underway. 6 former Hawks heard their names called today, led by Vaughn Lackey, who was selected 3rd overall by the Minnesota Twins. Jake Schaffner went 20th overall to the Red Sox. Hunter Dietz was taken 35th by the Yankees. Chris Lambert went 51st to the Pirates. Andrew Williamson was selected 68th by the Cardinals, and Miles Daly rounded out the group at 75th overall to the Cubs. It's another reminder of the talent that continues to come through the Harbor Hawks organization. Thanks, and back to you guys.
Bottom of the 6th here on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network. Eastern Propane and Oil is proud to recognize our hometown heroes throughout the Cape. If you are active duty military, a veteran, police, fire, or EMT personnel, you are eligible for a discount. Back here for the bottom of the 6th. Kaneen still working on the mound here for Hyannis.
1990.
He's been good in relief. It's gone pretty deep for Mitch Carricker. 29 pitches so far through an inning and change. Actually 2 innings and change. 2 2/3. It's kind of the end of this stretch for Hyannis. They got tomorrow's game, and then they got the off day on Monday. But because they missed the Tuesday off day, they've been going every single day since Wednesday.
It's a Harbor Hawks team that's won 6 of their last 9, and it seems like those losses kind of come in spots where the momentum is looking to take off and the team go on a real streak, then it slows down for a bit. But when you look out from afar, it is pretty solid. Just slowly making their way to stay in contention with Bourne for the top of the division.
I think you make a good point because it was kind of news to me that they had won 6 of their last 9 at the start of this game. Our other broadcaster, Quincy Bell, told me, and I had to think back to it and go, yeah, they have been playing pretty well, but I think it's exactly as you say. Every time that they start putting together a couple nice wins, there's always a tough loss, and then it evens out to the sense that you don't really feel the stretch and the hot streak coming into fruition.
Top of the order due up for the Gatemen, R.J. Hamilton, Levi Clark, and Cohen Nicolai. First pitch down low, 1-0.
Harbor Hawks have not figured out R.J. Hamilton. He's on with 3 singles today and got a ribby.
Bunt single his last time. Kaneen has slowed things down for the Gatemen's batting order as this one's flown out to center field for a first down. Barrett has it easily. Leadoff man retired as Levi Clark steps up to the plate. 4th at bat for Levi Clark. He's 0 for 3. Reached in the 2nd inning on a fielder's choice as the final out. Kaneen's first pitch turned around. Sent out to center field once again, Liam Barrett. Not too much effort to put it away, and 2 quick outs.
Basically a harder hit version of R.J. Hamilton's fly out. But this one, maybe just the smallest bit off the end of the bat. I think he got overextended and kind of pulled it a little bit to dead center when it was on the outside part of the plate. Not able to muscle it out of here.
Going the Nicolai now. 2 away, nobody on in the bottom of the 6th inning. Kaneen just over 30 pitches as it's ball 1 taken outside, or inside, excuse me. Kaneen set, 1-0. Strike called, count 1-1.
Bumblebee has landed on our broadcast board. I'm trying to help the fella off. Please move, friend, but don't sting me.
I think we learned yesterday that a bumblebee is a bumbus, as its scientific name.
That's right. One landed on my water bottle, although this one was just kind of a normal bee. A bit underwhelming compared to yesterday's bumbus.
A true bumbus. This one just a bomb. The 1-2 pitch here to Nikolai in the dirt. Count goes 2-2.
Chaz, you look like a bumbus.
I don't know how to feel about that. I'll take Cam Scadaboo over a bumbus. 2-2, 2 outs. Nobody on in the bottom of the 6th inning. 6-3 lead for Wareham. Gatemen looking to close the frame. The pitch. Popped up foul out of play. In our continuing coverage of World Cup action here on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network, England picked up a 2-1 win over Norway after extra time. Wouldn't be too mad at England taking it all. They'll move on to the semifinals to take on the winner of Argentina and Switzerland later tonight. As a pitch foul tipped into the mid of Fosberg, finishes off the bottom of the 6th. A 1-2 free frame for Liam Caneen as he strikes out the final man he faces here in the inning. And it's still a 6-3 lead for Hyannis heading to the 7th on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
Get ready for big results with our small machines. With more power, performance, comfort, and savings. They're ready for every job. And we're ready with plenty of inventory, the best support in the business, same-day parts availability, and locations across the Northeast. So you can always be ready to work. Milton Cat, always ready.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
It's the top of the 7th inning, brought to you by Milton Cat, proud to power the Cape all summer long. Well, the later third of this game, and Wareham leads the Harbor Hawks 6-3 here on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network. It's going to be a new pitcher on the hill for Wareham after it was just a couple innings of work in relief for Jaden Barfield. Hand it over to Jake Schweitzer, a right-handed pitcher out of Louisville, which I've learned is the proper way to pronounce that a couple weeks ago. Hyannis, Quincy, as he joins us back at the broadcast booth, you got to figure it's just time to chip away, especially when time is starting to run out.
Yeah, the one thing Hyannis has been good at this year is the big inning. They scored 3 in the 5th inning today against Wareham after starting down 6-0. They've cut into it, and they've made this a game. We'll see if they have another big inning up their sleeves or if they can pick this off one run at a time. You got Henry Zener leading things off, and he's 2 for 2 today with 2 singles.
Zener has certainly picked it up as of late after a really slow start to the summer. Coming into this game, playing in his 19th of the season, 19th game played. The average at 185, but that truthfully does not tell the full story. Reach base both of these times with a single. Top of the 7th inning, Wareham leads Hyannis 6-3 here in the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network. Zener facing Schweitzer, and he takes a first pitch fastball at the knees, 0-1.
Schweitzer is a bit of a sidearm pitcher. Not really full submarine, but he does throw from a pretty low slot.
Fastball, curveball, cutter, changeup, slider, sinker, sweeper mix. As Zener cues the 0-1 pitch foul to the on-deck circle, where it's gloved down by Taylor Kirk, who waits for his 3rd plate appearance of the night. Hyannis looking for a leadoff knock for the 2nd time this game. They've gotten the leadoff runner in 3 innings. One of those times, a single for the guy at the plate, Zener. 0-2 pitch, he'll take strike 3 called over the outside corner, went to that sweeper, and a backwards K starts the day for Jake Schweitzer.
And the one thing about Schweitzer is most guys that have a 7-pitch mix, you don't see him use all their pitches equally, but it looks like that is the case for Jake Schweitzer. His most used pitch is the sinker, just 37% of the time. He's a mystery out there.
Essentially kind of like Yu Darvish of the Cape. Tons of pitches as Taylor Kirk stands in. Takes the first pitch down in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes.
The only problem with throwing that many pitches is it's hard to have great command over all of them and to throw all of them for big velocity.
Kirk reached base in the 3rd inning on a 6-4 fielder's choice and was out on a sacrifice bunt in the 5th. He'll take a 1-0 breaking ball low. 2 balls, no strikes. 1 out, nobody on here in the visiting half of the 7th inning. Hyannis trails Wareham 6-3. Schweitzer pitching exclusively out of the stretch. On a 2-0, Kirk takes a fastball strike at the top of the zone. 2 balls and 1 strike.
It's a good take there. You don't want to put a big cut on that when you're ahead in the count 2-0.
After an electric freshman year at Louisville, 2 ERA in 42 innings, that number flirted with 7 this past spring as Kirk chops one fair down the third base line, a base hit, and it's going to roll into the corner. Off to the races, Taylor Kirk heading for second. There's trouble in left field for Hamilton as Kirk throws the brakes on, and he's got a 1-out double here in the top of the 7th inning.
And Hamilton just slipped as he went to pick up that ball in left field. I think it would have been a double anyway. It would have been quite the risk for Taylor Kirk to try and get 3 out of that, but nonetheless, he's on with a double.
So that'll bring up Liam Barrett, who picked up an RBI on a sacrifice fly back in the 5th inning. Still looking for his first hit with guys in scoring position this season. So far 0 for 7 on Cape Cod in these situations. And Hyannis has struggled with runners in scoring position in July as Barrett shows the bunt, pulls it back, and takes a ball high. 1 ball, no strikes.
Yeah, Barrett's a guy who has enough speed to where if he does lay one down, he would be bunting for a hit. This is not really a sacrifice situation with 1 out already on the board. But we'll see if he squares here again against Schweitzer.
1-0 the count. Schweitzer comes set, looks back at Kirk, kicks and fires, and Barrett swings, golfs it in the air to right center field, not deep. Foster Apple, the right fielder, takes charge and catches out number 2.
Yeah, Barrett just got under that one.
Now batting the 3rd baseman, number 15, Matt Hyannis.
So that'll flip it over for the top of the order, Matt Hyannis. Hyannis off to just a 136 start with runners in scoring position on the road in the month of July. Hyannis, an RBI single his last time up in the 5th inning. Out of the top of the order. Gets out of the way the first pitch fastball. He's saying it hit him. It hit him, and Jake Brichta will award him first base.
And the catcher, Levi Clark, looks a little bit confused because he caught that one cleanly. I think maybe it brushed up against the jersey of Hyannis if that did hit him. It barely grazed him.
Now batting the left fielder, number 32,
but he'll take it.
Jax Jimenez from Oregon.
So Taylor Kirk on second and Matt Hyannis on first. That'll bring up Jax Jimenez, who also singled home a run in the 5th inning like Hyannis. Schweitzer pitching in a bit of trouble now. The tying run is at the plate. And Jimenez takes well outside for ball 1. The fastball that ran away with that 3/4 arm slot delivery.
And all of a sudden, you got the tying run at the plate. If you're Hyannis, you really could use a big hit right now. Down 3, guy in scoring position, 2 outs. This is the time to come back.
1-0 the count, and the pitch on the way. Jimenez takes inside. 2 balls, no strikes. He has stolen a plethora of bases over the last 24 hours. 3 combining last night's game and so far tonight against Wareham. And now leads Hyannis with 5 on the summer. On a 2-0, he takes away for ball 3. That sinker, that 37% usage from Schweitzer, nowhere close, and that will prompt a mound visit from the backstop, Levi Clark.
And if I'm Jimenez right here, I'm taking till I get 2 strikes. You're ahead 3-0. This guy has struggled to locate out there. It would be so crucial to load the bases with Caden Miller coming up. Even if it gets to 3-1, I'm putting this in the smallest zone possible.
I disagree. I feel like on a 3-0, yes, you should take, but on 3-1, that's your hitter's count. That's where you got to do some damage. Because you're never really looking to walk. That's not really the point of an at-bat, I guess you could say. But what do we know? 3-0 the count.
We'll have to see.
It doesn't even matter. He'll take nowhere close for ball 4. And now the bases will be loaded for Caden Miller.
Yeah, and even if I'm Miller up here, I'm putting a patient approach on this at-bat. Because this guy now has hit a guy and walked a guy in back-to-back plate appearances. And a walk not only would put a run across for Hyannis, but it would move the tying run into scoring position. But this might be the last we see out of Schweitzer as Wareham's taking a mound visit right now.
A meeting of the minds coming up. Hyannis last in the Cape League with the bases loaded as Jake Schweitzer might be exiting this game. The Harbor Hawks just 1 out of 14 with the bases juiced. Still a lengthy mound visit. We'll see if they pull Schweitzer off. It's Caden Miller at the plate, 0 for 3 with a strikeout, and out comes Jake Brickta to disband this meeting of the minds. Ty Stark, a left-handed pitcher, is up in the bullpen for Wareham at the moment. And it looks like Schweitzer's going to stay in this game. That was Ryan Smith, the manager for the Gatemen, who did not make the change, but more of a talking to, perhaps a scouting report on Miller.
Could be that. Could be a motivational piece. He came out there with a purpose. He was quickly walking on that mound.
Harbor Hawks at every base. Kirk on third, Einish on second, Jimenez on first. First pitch on the way to Miller is a breaking ball outside, 1-0. Hyannis trails 6-3 here in the top of the 7th inning. The tying run on first base in Jimenez. 1-0 the count. Schweitzer has his sign. The righty kicks and fires, and Miller takes downstairs for ball 2.
I know you can do damage on a 2-0 pitch, but with how this guy has struggled to locate, if I'm Miller, I'm taking till I see a strike.
Coming into this game, Hyannis 5 out of 17 with guys in scoring position. 2 for 7 tonight as Miller takes a fastball outside. Did he go? No, he did not. They appeal to the third base umpire Connor Tierney.
Yeah, Tierney's standing sort of behind the mound. He doesn't have the best view of that one. Miller's bat was pretty far out over the plate, but no swing the call.
3 balls, no strikes. The base is filled with Harbor Hawks. Pitch on the way. Nowhere close. It gets to the backstop. It really doesn't matter with the guys juiced on the bases as Taylor Kirk scores and Hyannis cuts the deficit to 2, 6-4 Wareham.
That's now back-to-back games where Caden Miller has gotten an RBI by walking with the bases loaded. And really, Schweitzer let him have that one. Only 2 of those pitches were particularly close to the zone. And no better guy to have up right now than Lodis.
Jordan Lodis with the bases filled with Harbor Hawks. 1 run home, first pitch on the way. It's a fastball strike over the inside corner, 0-1. Lodis 0 for 3 this summer with the bases loaded, and he's grounded into a double play. That was against Brewster on Monday. On an 0-1, he swings and chops it foul into the Wareham dugout. No balls, 2 strikes as Lodis in a deficit here.
You just got to protect right now if you're Lodis. Anything close, you got to put a swing on it. Cannot strike out looking right now.
Tying run on second base and Jax Jimenez. 0-2 the count. Schweitzer kicks and fires, and Lodis takes a breaking ball. Called strike 3 at the knees. Jordan Lodis cannot believe the call from Jake Brickta. Hyannis gets 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and 3 left on base. 6-4 Gatemen heading to the bottom of the 7th on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
When it comes to delicious food, the best place to start is with great appliances. And Cam Appliances is your one-stop shop for any budget with brands like Thermador, Viking, Bosch, GE, and so much more. Cam Appliances, sales, delivery, installation, and service in the heart of your home with locations in Hyannis, Nantucket, and Hanover.
If you need to dig, lift, move, grade, clear, or cut, pump, weld, clean, light, and just about anything else, dial up the rental source for the newest and the most reliable equipment in New England. Staffed with equipment and construction experts, Milton Rents, your local source.
Bottom of the 7th inning, and let's take a look at the scores across the Cape, presented by the Massachusetts Office of Travel and Tourism. Harwich is currently throwing a no-hitter and losing 1-0 in the top of the 9th inning against the Chatham Anglers. That's an interesting one. Top of the 8th, Falmouth on top of Bourne, 2-0. Here in Spillane Field in Wareham, 6-4 Gatemen over the Harbor Hawks, heading to the bottom of the 7th. And then Whitey in the last place, Orleans Firebirds, knotted at 3, headed to the bottom of the 6th inning. And then Brewster took down Cotuit 7-4.
That Cotuit loss is big for Wareham. They're currently chasing Cotuit for that last playoff spot. Wareham needs a win desperately, and coupling that with a Cotuit loss would be huge if they can hang on to this one.
Day is done for Liam Canine in relief, and he was spectacular. He did give up both inherited runners of Ryan Bosch's when he came in, but he went 3 2/3 on his final line. 3 hits, no runs, no walks, and 2 punch-outs. He gives way to Jack Giordano, making his 4th appearance of the Cape League summer, and he's been electric. A 2.08 earned run average over 4+ innings. Last time out scoreless in an inning and a third against Brewster on July 5th. And this is kind of where you need that hold.
Yeah, hold would be lovely here for the Harbor Hawks. But you're right, and just a couple of appearances. Giordano's looked great. ERA just north of 2. He struggled a little bit with the walk. 5 walks and 4 1/3 innings pitched. But if he can get that control down, Wareham could be staying right where they're at with 6 runs right now.
First pitch on the way to Dylan Dubovic is hitting the air to right field. That's chasing Zener back into the corner. It's going to get down for a base hit. And Dubovic is on his way to second base with a leadoff double here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Well, a lot of times the first pitch a pitcher throws is going to be the best one you see because, Giordano out of the pen, he's like, all right, let's just settle in, get this first pitch over the plate. Dubovic knows that, and he attacked it immediately, sent it right down the line, and Wareham already with a guy in scoring position, 1 pitch in.
Just the second hit all summer allowed by Giordano. And Foster Apple up at the plate. 1 out of 2. He picked up 2 runs scored in this game. Squares the bunt and pops it up foul behind the plate. 0-1.
Yeah, Apple's trying to just bunt Dubovic over to third and get him there with 1 out, which would give him a number of options to score. With the lead Wareham has, an insurance run would be big. You can tell why they're going to that strategy right now.
Man in scoring position for Foster Apple. 0-1 the count. Giordano takes a look back at Dubovic. Now he comes home. A bunt shown again, and the breaking ball missing downstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And if I'm Giordano, if I know he's bunting, I'm running something inside. Maybe try to jam him and not get a good bunt down.
Shows to bunt again, takes down in the dirt as Giordano starts to struggle to find the zone. It was back-to-back strikes to open up the outing. Of course, the leadoff double on the first pitch to Dubovic, and then Foster Apple squared to bunt in the first pitch of his plate appearance and fouled it off. Gets a hitter's count here, 2-1, with Dubovic on second base here in the last of the 7th. Shows to bunt, gets it down right back to the mound. It's fielded by Giordano. He goes to first. The sacrifice is complete as Dubovic takes third base.
Yeah, he did a job that time. Just when you're getting a sack bunt down, you just got to get it down by any means possible. You got to make sure you hit it before you think about placing it somewhere, and that's what Foster Apple did that time. Just saw it into the zone, put the bat on it, just right back at the pitcher Giordano, but it does a job. Dubovic's up to third with the 1 out.
I'll bring up Cade Alam, who had a leadoff double of his own last time up. Wareham run 90 feet away as he checked his swing on a ball downstairs, and he went rung up by the home first base umpire, Joe Gravina. Hyannis brings the infield in. All 4 infielders with their toes on the infield lawn.
You got to try to cut down that run at the plate if you can.
0-1 advantage for Giordano, pitching quickly. Pitch on the way. And Alam just gets a piece. Taps it foul behind the plate. 0-2 the count. Wareham in this game, 3 for 11 with guys in scoring position. Against Hyannis this season, they came into this game 0 for 11. As the pitch is cued foul off the end of the bat. Went fishing downstairs for Alam, who barely gets a piece. We'll do it again at 0-2.
Yeah, Giordano has to be pitching for the strikeout. 0-2. Put this on the corner or outside the zone. Try to get Alam to chase right now because he's in protect mode.
Alam just wants to get this ball in the air, but he can't do so. Takes a fastball, strike 3 called right at the top of the zone. A huge out number 2 with Dubovic 90 feet away.
Yeah, Alam was not expecting Giordano to just run a fastball right at him. He was anticipating that slow stuff away, like I mentioned, but that fastball just fooled him. I mean, by the time he recognized it, he had no chance.
Up comes Tony Lira, who's 2 out of 3. 4 total bases across 2 two-baggers. Takes inside for ball 1. Giordano went to the breaking ball. Only pitched 6 innings at Oregon State this past spring, so he's already nearing that total through 4 games on Cape Cod. Want to know the count? Pitch on the way. Down in the dirt, Fosberg keeps it in front of him. He almost didn't see it initially as Dubovic down the third base line started running about halfway out before retreating back to the bag.
It's a good block by Fosberg. You can't have one get away now and let that run score from third easily.
Hyannis looking to throw up a donut after the leadoff double for Dubovic. 2-0 the count. Pitch on the way to Lira is spiked in the dirt, and a nice pick from Fosberg is the count. 3 balls, no strikes.
You got 2 bases open here, so a walk wouldn't be the worst thing for Giordano. Just let this guy have it. Focus on the next one if you can't get him.
3-0, taken all the way, and it's a fastball low for ball 4. A 2-out walk will put runners at the corners for Noah Sheffield.
Now batting the second baseman, number 2.
And still, you got another base open. So Giordano still doesn't completely have to come at this guy, especially with the 9-man. Henry DiGiorgio on deck, and Mitch Carricker is going to come to the mound. That might be what he's talking to him about.
The entire Hyannis infield will converge. The skipper talking to Giordano, and he's joined by Matt Einish, Jordan Lodise, Taylor Kirk, Andrew Lamb, and Will Fosberg. We saw kind of a talking to from the head coach for Wareham in the top half of this inning. It was head coach Ryan Smith who came out to just discuss things with his reliever, and that's what's going to happen here. Mitch Carricker, effectively acting as a pitching coach, will retreat to the dugout without taking the baseball from Jack Giordano. It's going to be Dubovic on third and Tony Lira on first. Wareham leads Hyannis 6-4 here in the last of the 7th inning. Looking for some insurance with Sheffield at the plate. First pitch on the way. It's a fastball right down the middle, 0-1.
It's a good pitch by Giordano coming right at Sheffield, the 8-hitter. Bottom of the Wareham lineup, these are the guys you got to go after.
Put a little bit of extra fuzz on that one. As Giordano has his sign, runners going at first, and the pitch is flared to right field. This is going to spell trouble. It's going to fall in for a base hit. Dubovic comes around to score. And Tony Lira heads to third base. An RBI single for Noah Sheffield, and Wareham adds another back, 7 for Gatemen.
That one hurts. I mean, that was a good pitch by Giordano. Ran it inside on Sheffield, but he just hits it off the handle of the bat and bloops it to right. It's just a frustrating result after a really good pitch from Giordano.
The amount of bloop hits opponents have gotten against Hyannis recently has been pretty substantial. DiGiorgio standing in the number 9 man. Late on the first pitch fastball from Giordano, who put a little bit of extra stuff on it after the bloop hit. So Wareham gets the run they lost in the top half of this inning back. 7-4 advantage over the Harbor Hawks. With Lear on third and Sheffield on first, as Giordano checks over on Sheffield, who's back with a head first dive.
And you think about what could have been. Hyannis left the bases loaded in the 7th. Only got the 1 run across. And Wareham plays some small ball and gets it back here.
1-1 the count, the runner's on the move. It's a breaking ball down low as Will Fosberg will not even attempt to get his teammate at Northeastern a throw down. 2 in scoring position for the Gatemen. Pitch on the way, and DiGiorgio takes a strike over the outside corner. Count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hyannis looking to just stop the bleeding at 1 run. Wareham came into this game without a hit with runners in scoring position through the first 2 meetings. So far, 4 for 13 as DiGiorgio almost gets hit by a fastball running in, 2-2.
And Giordano needs a competitive pitch here. 2 in scoring position now. Can't let this lead get any bigger for Wareham.
Lear on third, Sheffield on second. Pitch on the way. DiGiorgio swings, chops it on the ground to first, but it will curl foul up the first base line. So we'll do it again at 2-2. DiGiorgio was originally a temporary 1-week contract, but he was kind of hot to start his tenure. So he got a little bit of an extension and now kind of just playing for his time on Cape Cod. Pitch on the way. Fastball blows it by him for strike 3. But Wareham grabs a run on 2 hits. No errors and 2 men left on base. 7-4 Gatemen heading to the 8th on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
Starts here at Dean College.
Top of the 8th inning on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network. Hyannis trails Wareham 7-4. A new pitcher will relieve Jake Schweitzer, who was almost taken out prematurely. It'll be Ty Stark. They go from the righty back to a lefty. So far, 8 2/3 innings pitched for the Gatemen this summer to an ERA flirting with 4. The strikeouts are high, but so are the hits.
Here's another guy, another Louisville guy. He's from Louisville. Played his high school ball at St. Xavier, one of the big high schools down there in Louisville. And with the Cardinals this past year in 2026, he was solid, an ERA of 4.18 in 23 2/3 innings. You're right about the high hits and high strikeout stuff. He's given up 6 hits and 8 strikeouts. He's walked 5 here on the Cape in 8 2/3 innings. Pretty serviceable ERA of 4.15.
He will face 5, 6, 7 for the Harbor Hawks. Andrew Lamb, Will Fonsberg, and Henry Ziener. So this has to be a matchup thing because he was ready to go in the last half inning, but head coach Ryan Smith elected to stick with Jake Schweitzer. Now you got 3 straight lefties to open up the top of the 8th.
And you got J.C. Davis and Blake Primrose on the bench today for Hyannis. 2 righties. I'm kind of curious why Mitch Carricker isn't going to a bit of a platoon here against this submarine lefty.
Nobody on, nobody out. Top of the 8th inning. Hyannis trails Wareham 7-4. Ty Stark, the wacky lefty, comes home, and a first pitch coming inside to Andrew Lamb. Almost gets a piece of him. Able to evade the baseball. 1 ball, no strikes.
Ty Stark is a lanky guy. He's 6'6", 170. That is not a lot of weight for a 6'6" frame. And he just sort of whips that left arm around. It's a very awkward arm motion.
Andrew Lamb 0 for 3 with 3 punch outs. He takes a fastball strike over the outside corner, 1-1. Lamb, a prolific hitter out of USC. He led the Trojans in slug, but not as good left on left. A 243 clip against the same side matchups. Compare that to a 300 average and an OPS north of 1,000 against righties. Takes a 1-1 fastball up and away. 2 balls and a strike.
My friend who's a pitching coach down in North Carolina says the best thing you can be as a pitcher is different, and that's certainly what Ty Stark is.
2-1 on the way, and Lamb takes well inside for ball 3. The catcher, Levi Clark, couldn't even handle it. 3 balls and a strike. Hyannis has had the leadoff base runner reach in 3 of 7 frames. Looking to make that 4 of 8. Down 3 runs here in the visiting half of the 8th inning. Three-one pitch on the way, and Lamb takes downstairs for ball 4. A leadoff base on balls for the Harbor Hawks here in the top of the 8th inning.
It's a good job and a good at-bat from Lamb, who hadn't been seeing the ball well today. He struck out 3 times and 3 at-bats before that.
So that'll bring up Will Fonsberg. Again, another left-on-left matchup. These first 3 hitters scheduled for the Harbor Hawks, all wrong-handers. First pitch on the way from Stark. Fosberg swings, grounds it up the middle. Taylor made. Noah Sheffield flips to second for 1. DeGiorgio to first for 2. 4-6-3 they go, and the leadoff walk erased.
Yeah, that hurts. Just tailor-made over there. Fosberg got on top of that pitch that was down and in from the funky left-handed arm of Ty Stark, and that's a killer. 2 out, nobody on now in the 8th, and Hyannis just has 4 outs to work with to try and make this comeback.
Just like that, nobody on and 2 outs, and Henry Ziener, who's had a nice day at the plate, 2 out of 3. Singles in each of his first 2 plate appearances. He scored a run in this game. As Mitch Carricker, the third base coach and field manager for the Harbor Hawks, electing to take a quick meeting with Ziener. Home plate umpire Jake Brichta coming over to end this meeting prematurely.
It could be just trying to throw off the rhythm of Ty Stark, maybe give him some extra time to think about things. Because if Ziener gets on, we've got Taylor Kirk on deck who's swinging a hot bat.
Ziener really struggling against lefties this season. Just 1 out of 14 coming into this game. At 0-71, the first pitch bender from Ty Stark comes away. 1 ball, no strikes. I mean, I got to say, while Stark, you could say, is getting in a rhythm after the double play, he still seems to have a lot of these non-competitive misses. I mean, that breaking ball about 4 feet outside, that would have nailed a righty right in the back.
Yeah, just be patient up there if you're Ziener.
Pitch on the way. Ziener takes a fastball, gets a strike called from Jake Brichta. Harbor Hawks dugout did not love the call. Count level A ball and a strike apiece with 2 outs in the inning.
And plate umpire Jake Brickta has been pretty generous with that inside corner today.
Stark takes a breath, kicks and fires a 1-1 fastball. That one's a strike for sure. 1-2 as he finds the heart. Zener struck out looking back in the 7th inning. He was the first guy to face Jake Schweitzer, who went an inning on 1 hit, 1 earned run, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Hyannis down 7-4 in the top of the 8th inning. Ty Stark looking to face the minimum. As Zener swings, chops the pitch on the ground to shortstop. DeGiorgio stabs it, throws on the run, and in time for the final out of the inning. No runs, no hits, and nobody left. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th inning where the Gatemen lead the Harbor Hawks 7-4 on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
Your future begins at Dean College.
Make a difference.
Leave your mark.
Break the mold.
Be a leader.
Achieve unimagined heights.
Believe in yourself.
Make lifelong friends.
This is your time.
Your place.
Your home. Your Dean.
It all starts here at Dean College.
Welcome back to the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network. Now in the last of the 8th inning where Wareham leads Hyannis 7-4. A new pitcher on the mound will take over for Jack Giordano. It's Kevin Landry Farr, making just his 2nd appearance of the Cape League Summer. He pitched on the 5th of this month against Brewster and struggled. 2 earned runs over 2 2/3 innings. The free passes were quite high. 3 walks and a hit by pitch. This is a moment, Quincy, where you really cannot afford anything for free when you're down.
Yeah, bottom of the 8th. Hyannis will have their back to the wall when they come up in the top of the 9th. You really need Landry Farr to throw up a 0 right now. He was pretty solid at Southern Miss during his freshman season, albeit in limited playing time, just 7 innings throughout 9 appearances. But he had an ERA of 3.6, not too shabby. He had a whip under 1 as well. Despite the off game against Brewster in his first game on the Cape, you know, he, at Southern Miss, a team that was in the top 10 for a while in the NCAA rankings, he threw up a scoreless inning numerous times, so he definitely has the stuff to do it, although he is facing the top of this Gateman order.
R.J. Hamilton has reached 3 out of 4 times. He's got 3 singles. It'll be Hamilton, Levi Clark, and Cohen Nikolai. If anybody gets on, Dylan Dubovic will have a chance. As the Gatemen look to beat Hyannis for the first time in 2026, these two teams have met twice. The Harbor Hawks victorious both contests, largely because the Gatemen coming to this game were 0 for 11 with guys in scoring position. Much better, much improved tonight, 4 out of 14. And a lot of leadoff base runners to start innings, which has really set the tone.
Yeah, this guy, R.J. Hamilton, I mean, he's 3 for 4, 3 singles.
First pitch on the way. It's a fastball away, 1-0. Flew out to center field in the 6th inning, the only time he's been retired. That was against Liam Canine. 1-0 the count. Pitch on the way, and he swings and pops one foul off to the right, out of play. Kevin Farr on the hill for Hyannis for the 2nd time, and as you mentioned, really getting his first collegiate experience, at least you could say, in a more consistent basis here on the Cape. With such a limited sample size, just 7 innings at Southern Miss as a freshman. 1-0 on the way. And it's downstairs, 2-1 now.
And he was another late addition to the squad because Southern Miss did make the NCAA tournament. They're one of the best mid-major programs in the world of collegiate baseball.
Out of the Sun Belt Conference, 2-1 pitch on the way, and it's laced on a line to shortstop, but right at Jordan Lodis, where he gloves it down. Build the cap high for the first out of the 8th.
Now batting the catcher, number 26, Levi.
Hamilton, again, put a good swing on that one. It was just right at Lodis.
Just nailed a random pen flip for no reason. 1 out, nobody on. Levi Clark coming up to the plate. 0 for 4 out of the number 2 spot of the order. Taking on the first pitch, and he takes a strike at the knees from the fastball. 0-1. Clark, a returner to Wareham this summer. Seen a lot of returners on the Cape in 2026. As far out of the windup, kicks and fires a fastball running away, but he gets the swing from Clark. 0-2.
A lot of these guys that had terrific freshman seasons that got themselves on the Cape. And why not come back for your sophomore campaign?
0-2 the count. Farr will have to wait as there's a timeout called at the plate from Levi Clark. Granted by the home plate umpire, Jake Brichta. Farr working quickly, kicks and fires. A breaking ball cut on a miss, strike 3. Had Levi Clark well out in front. First strikeout of the outing for Kevin Farr.
He looks good. 2 up, 2 down. We really saw him struggle with the walks in his first appearance at Brewster. 3 walks and 2 2/3, but he's got the location down so far at least.
2 outs, nobody on. Cohen Nikolai coming up to the plate, takes a fastball low, although we've seen that one called today. 1 ball, no strikes. Farr looking to toss a 1-2-3 frame for Hyannis for just the 3rd time in this game, should Nikolai be retired. 1-0 the count, pitch on the way. It's chopped on the ground to second base. Taylor Kirk on a high hop, slings to first in time for the final out of the inning. No runs, no hits, and nobody left. A 1-2-3, bottom of the 8th inning for Kevin Farr. Hyannis looking to come back, heading to the 9th, down 7-4 on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
This will be your college. This will be your home. This is where you will join a community that supports you, cares about you, pushes you, cheers you on, challenges you, inspires you, helps you reach your dreams. Open your eyes to opportunity and your mind to possibility. Your future begins here.
Make a difference.
Leave your mark.
Break the mold.
Be a leader.
Achieve unimagined heights.
Believe in yourself.
Make lifelong friends.
This is your time.
Your place.
Your home. Your Dean.
It all starts here at Dean College.
Hyannis looking to come back. Their trail 7-4 here on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network. And we made it to the top of the 9th inning from Spillane Field in Wareham, Massachusetts. It'll be the 1, 2, 3, 4. I had to do a little bit of math. 5th pitcher of the night used by the Gatemen. Finn Edwards trying to get the save against the Harbor Hawks lineup, hungry to tie this game up. This is going to be his 8th appearance on Cape Cod. But he's only pitched 5 2/3 innings. Strikeouts pretty high. The walks also up there, and the ERA flirting with 5.
Yeah, he's been a 1-inning guy for Wareham throughout this year. In his last 3 appearances on the 27th, the 29th, and the 1st, he's thrown a clean inning with no hits, no runs allowed. So as of late, he's really been pitching well. He's got some big velocity with the fastball out of the right arm. And it was a pretty good inning for Ty Stark after the leadoff walk. He rolled the double play against 3 lefties. Wareham playing the matchups, and now with the righty up, Taylor Kirk to lead things off. They're going to their big righty out of the pen, looking for the save.
8, 9, and 1 due up here in the top of the 9th inning. Hyannis trails Wareham 7-4 as Levi Clark will head out to talk to the new pitcher, Finn Edwards, before first pitch. Out goes Jake Brichta as well, the home plate umpire. It's kind of a witness to this conversation as the meeting ends.
I don't think I've ever seen the umpire sort of walk out and be a part of the meeting as well like that.
Taylor Kirk to lead it off. First pitch on the way. He takes a fastball up and in, 1 ball, no strikes. Hyannis has threatened in the later innings. They had the bases loaded and then tying run on second base in what at the time was a 6-4 game. Struck out with the bases loaded as Ty Stark faces the minimum. Then in the 8th as Kirk takes up and away for ball 2. Hyannis has really struggled this season leading off innings. Just a 184 clip, which is much improved from a 123 average in June, as Kirk takes nowhere close for ball 3. And you got to figure you're going to bet a nickel here that he's taken on 3-0.
I bet more than that, and I'd also bet that even if Edwards gets a strike across, Taylor Kirk is putting that 3-1 pitch in a pretty small box.
3-0 on the way. Kirk taking, and it's a fastball strike at the knees. Taylor Kirk started heading over to first base, but Jake Brichta has other plans. So the count remains 3 balls and a strike. Kirk a double his last time up in the 7th inning. Speed at the plate as Edwards comes home and fires in a fastball strike, 3-2.
Yeah, Kirk was hoping he saw a ball on one of those last 2 pitches, didn't get it, and now 3-2 if it's close. Throw a bat at it if you're Taylor Kirk. Just got to stay alive in this at-bat.
Nobody on, nobody out. Top of the 9th, 3-2 on the way. Kirk takes upstairs for ball 4. A leadoff walk for Hyannis. And up comes Liam Barrett.
We've seen Hyannis come back before. On the 24th at Orleans, they scored 4 runs in the 9th inning to take the lead. And you got Kirk on first with a ton of speed. Liam Barrett at the plate has some good on-base skills. And if he gets on, you're looking at the top of the order coming up as the tying run.
Liam Barrett 0 for his last 14, although he did pick up an RBI on a sacrifice fly in the 5th inning of this game. Taylor Kirk on first base. He's got some speed as Finn Edwards kicks and fires a first pitch fastball over the outside corner, 0-1.
It's a good pitch.
Tying run is on deck in Matt Einish. Here in the top of the 9th, 0-1 on the way as Barrett swings, golfs it to center. Dylan Dubovic to his right. The center fielder takes charge for out number 1.
We've seen Barrett just get under the ball a couple of times today. Every single out he's made has been on a fly ball.
Now batting the 3rd baseman, number 15, Matt Einish from West Virginia.
That flips it over for the top of the order, Matt Einish. 1 out of 3 with an RBI single. He also reached on a hit by pitch in the 7th inning. Finn Edwards trying to get the save for Wareham. Kirk on first base. First pitch on the way as Einish takes a strike on a fastball. Wareham 0-2 in the head-to-head matchup against Hyannis this summer. As Edwards pitching with a little bit of pep in his step, comes home and fires in the fastball low. A little bit outside as well, as verbalized by Jake Brichta. 1 ball, 1 strike. With Kirk on first base, he stole 30 bases at Fordham this past spring. But probably not going to run here, down 3 runs. Here's the pitch, and Einish goes around, chased a fastball high, 1-2.
He tried to hold up on that high heat, but just couldn't quite do so.
Finn Edwards out of Arizona State, but currently in the transfer portal. 1-2 the count. The offering to Einish. He takes a fastball low, 2-2. Jax Jimenez waits on deck for Hyannis. 5th plate appearance for the top of the order, Matt Einish. 2-2 the count. Finn Edwards will check over at Taylor Kirk on first base, and he's back with a head first dive. That was probably more of a pitch clock running low throw over to first base, as Kirk basically just fell on top of the bag. He did not have much of a lead Finn Edwards is the 5th arm used by Wareham, and he gets a strikeout of Matt Hyannis, blows a fastball by him, and the Harbor Hawks down to their final strike.
That was a big fastball right there.
Now batting the left fielder, number 32, Jax Jimenez from Oregon.
Jax Jimenez, the last hope here in the 9th. First pitch on the way. Taylor Kirk is running as Jimenez fouls it back to the screen. 0-1. The Oregon Duck is 1 out of 2 officially with an RBI single and 2 walks. He also made a stellar defensive play in left field earlier tonight with a couple guys on base. Tying run is on deck. Hyannis down 7-4 in the top of the 9th. Edwards has his sign on 0-1. Righty kicks and fires, and Jimenez chops it on the ground into right field, a base hit. Kirk will stop at second, and the tying run does come to the plate in Caden Miller.
A little stroke of luck there for Hyannis. That ball was rolled over by Jimenez, but it had eyes past the second baseman, Noah Sheffield, into right. And Caden Miller is going to hit a guy who we know has big power. 3 home runs on the Cape this summer. Your main goal is to push across the line, but he might be taking a big cut here. Maybe try to tie this game with 1 swing.
First pitch to Miller is a strike at the knees, 0-1. Getting the day off defensively tonight, but in at DH. Picked up a bases-loaded walk for the 2nd straight game in the 7th inning. With Kirk on second and Jimenez on first. Pitch on the way. Miller swings and fouls it back, and now Hyannis down to their final strike.
That was the swing. Miller took a big cut at that one. Just a little under the fastball. He fouled it straight back. Now you got to just be in full protect mode. Anything close, just try to put a bat on it.
4 out of 18 with guys in scoring position this summer for Miller. Pitch on the way. He swings and fouls it off to the left, out of play. We'll do it again at 0-2.
You just got to make this reliever work right now. We know Edwards has had some issues with walks. He walked Taylor Kirk to lead off this inning. Just make him throw more pitches.
2 on, 2 down here in the top of the 9th. Tying run at the plate, and the pitch to Miller fouled back to the screen. The battle continues as Edwards starts to unload the clip with some fastballs.
Yeah, he's trying to just blow these by Miller, but he's a guy that's pretty disciplined at the plate. He has 12 walks so far on the Cape. He had 53 walks to just 36 strikeouts this past year at UT San Antonio. Caden Miller won't go down unless you earn it.
0-2 the count. Pitch on the way. Miller swings and skies it foul behind the plate. Another fastball from Edwards, and Miller continues to stay in.
I mean, if you keep throwing Caden Miller fastballs, he'll do this all day.
Last homered on June 27th at Chatham. Looking for some of that magic here. 0-2 pitch. Miller swings and pokes it on the ground softly to second base. Noah Sheffield gloves it, throws low to first, and it's held on to by Tony Lira as the Wareham Gatemen take this game by a score of 7-4. They beat Hyannis for the first time in 2026.
Well, it was a Wareham Gatemen team that needed a win in the worst possible way, and they got it. Up 6-0 to start. They came out like a house on fire. And then Hyannis made it interesting, cut things to 4-6. But ultimately, Wareham hangs on for a big home win as they release the strobe lights here.
Final score on this one, Wareham 7 runs on 10 hits, no errors. Hyannis 4 runs on 6 hits and 1 error. Harbor Hawks back in action tomorrow at McKeon Park. It will end a 3-game road trip.
Our next home game will be this Tuesday, July 14th. Join us at 6 p.m. as the Gatemen host the Early.
Hyannis taking on Katuitt to finish off this 3-game stretch and head into the off day on Monday. But that'll do it for us here with the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network. For our producers, Hope Nolan and James Kluggish, our sideline reporters, Ethan Wax and Sam Garini, and for my broadcast partners, Charlie Adams and Quincy Bell. I'm Max Schwartzberg signing off from Spillane Field.